Hello and welcome everybody. It is 7 o'clock, so without further ado, let us switch to our game. Hopefully everybody can see that. Welcome to everybody who is in chat at the moment. Right, without further ado, it's 7 o'clock, so let us do our introductions and get on with the game. So, hello and welcome. I don't think my webcam is. I've had so many problems with this. I don't overly want you to see my face, but I think it'll be rude not to. So let me sort that out for you. Yeah, and if anybody in chat can let me know. Hey, Eves, thank you for joining us. You should be able to see me now with my fluorescent green 60s Batman t-shirt on. Hopefully everybody is seeing that. All right, you can tell I'm a professional. So hello and welcome, folks. Thanks for jumping in. We have, as always, a number of thanks to say first. Firstly, to our moderators, Finley, Stuart, and Elsa, to our artist, Liz, who did this wonderful smoke map of the city, which hopefully you can see. Also, James, who's done some infographics for us recently so that we know when and where we are running things. To our community who have played games in store and face-to-face in more recent times online. To our Twitch followers and subscribers that have made this stream actually a reality. Because without you, it'd be very dull. We might as well just not stream. And finally, to our players, can't forget about them. We have Tom, Becca, Jack, and Stuart, all of who volunteered to be our first victims of this experiment. We did do a session 0, which was more like an introductory episode. So if you haven't seen that yet, feel free to go back. It's on Twitch and YouTube now. So anyway, I could rattle on all day about the format of the stream, why we're doing things this way, and what we have plans for in the future, but that will have to wait till another time. It's important to note, though, that this stream is a behind-the-screen experience because you'll be seeing my GM's fancy ground, so you'll see all of the notes and the like that that I personally are using. So don't read the details if you don't want any spoilers. The players can't actually see my personal GM stuff. They can only see things I share with them. So yeah, it'll be interesting for those who want to GM or want to see my GM style. You can kind of have a look at the way that I kind of do things as well. We will be having a small break about halfway through the stream, about an hour and a half into it, 5-10 minutes, so we can all go and get another very important cup of tea. A little bit of an update. Don't forget, tonight at 10:30 we'll be doing our very first setting primer for our Untold Chronicles live stream campaign, and tonight it is all about the smoke. So it kind of follows on quite nicely from this. So without further ado, let's plunge into the world of the smoke with episode 1 of Masked, entitled Slickside Shenanigans. I do like my tongue twisters. Well, you don't have to go anywhere. Don't forget, players. You can bugger up the title straight away by going, no, we've decided to go somewhere else. It's not rail.
So we're all agreed we're leaving the smoke. Let's go, guys.
Yeah, I mean,
as long as it's within a mile of the city, because lockdown.
Yeah, that's right. That is right. So that was the out of character introduction. Let's get to the meat and bones of in character. The smoke, seen by outsiders as the jewel of Europa, a shining example of civilization. The realities are somewhat different. The city is vast, and within this vastness there are countless dichotomies, deep divides, and contrasts. The splendour where fortunes are spent in a heartbeat, and the squalor where heartbeats are silenced for less than a bite of bread. The Bacchanalia, a district of music halls, theatres, and lodges, where those fortunate enough to get tickets can lose themselves for a few hours. And Sorrow House, where the asylum, where the truly lost are condemned. Then there's the Spires of Enterprise, a district of cathedrals, churches, and shrines dedicated to all the known gods. And in contrast, Sut Hill, the district of mills, factories, and workhouses, where the congregations are put to hard labour. But for all these differences, however divergent, they are always connected by a single common factor, the ever prevalent smog. And it's here that we find our protagonists, each woken with an unknown curse, each seeking out its source, bringing together these unlikely companions. Heading back into the centre of the city, trying to find the mysterious fortune teller during the days of the Carnival of Dread, they met for the first time. Unable to find the fortune teller, they were approached by another stranger. Thank you very much for the sub. They were approached by another stranger, offering to help them with their curses. But it was a trap. They were led into an ambush by Benedict Hauser, who ordered members of the Order of Flame to cleanse them. The conflict was quick, over in seconds, blood seeping into the cobbled alley. The sounds of the peelers' whistles brought them to their senses, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. But help came from a strange place. In exchange to scavenge from the dead, a member of the Ratters Guild offered them to guide them to a safe house. And this is where we find them, awaiting the Ratter, Eddie, his return. So, we have our characters. We have, let me do this. It's okay, I'm trying to get the visuals up for you. Here we go. We have Baccan. We have Cayxl. We have Clay. And we have Talita. I actually asked how we pronounced that at the start. All waiting in the safe house, a cellar in the sewers. You've managed to get some uneasy rest, waiting for over 8 hours to wait for the return of the Ratter. You begin to stir. All of the things that afflicted you before appear to be the same. Who would be the first to awaken?
Not
Clay's.
Cayxl.
Okay, so Cayxl.
Clay's gonna wake up a little bit with a very much a coughing fit as coughs up another bit of dust. He's gonna kind of have a little sit there in the corner, and he's going to pull out his warhammer and start saying a few words to Vulcan. And after a little bit, the warhammer's going to glow softly. So I cast a little prayer up and get the blessing of the forge.
Okay. Is this a sort of regular early morning routine for you?
It's every day saying the prayers, making sure that Vulcan is respected in the right way.
Okay. Do you require to create any fire or anything like that?
Not for that one. That one's just a little prayer.
Okay.
It's imbuing magic into the weapon.
Very nice. Cayxl, I believe you said that you would stir relatively early
Oh
as
no!
well.
Oh no! Not Cayxl.
Not Cayxl. Okay.
You hear what she's doing right now. It's very much a.
Okay.
I find that very annoying.
You are somewhat disturbed by the words spoken by Clay. It is relatively early in the morning, but it's difficult to truly tell. You've been down in this damp cellar for over 12 hours now. You remember it was equipped with supplied with food, but you are still fast asleep. Talita and Baccan, how do you stir?
Go for it.
So I think I will be up not shortly after I see Clay sort of muttering and all the rest of it. But there is a certain hunger at the moment to Baccan, so it's a case of just a quick rub of the face, a back combing of the hair with his hand, and then just seeing if there's anything left of the buffet that they put on for us yesterday. So just straight up and round the corner.
Okay. I mean, how much did you eat yesterday? It was a fair amount as far as I remember.
It was a fair amount, and I think whilst normally Baccan isn't too fussed about things like cold cuts or something like that, there was a new type found hunger that that is also present in him. So literally just sort of like plate up, scooping it into his mouth.
Yeah. Can you give us a perception roll?
Hello.
Yep. Can you hear me?
You can now, yes.
Yeah. Vanish for a moment.
That's okay. Can you give me a perception roll, please?
Oh, you've gone again.
Yeah, you may have gone again, Andy. Sorry.
Hello.
Yep.
One of us is going to have to RP Andy.
Yeah, that's okay.
Possible.
You just don't want to give me a perception roll, do you? I keep asking for you, and you're just like, no, sorry, can't hear you.
So what was
How good our perception is.
That.
Oh,
Nice.
I can see all the meat.
You see it.
You can,
All of the meat.
but this is what
the matrix.
this is what is truly beautiful about these things, though. Not do you just see all of the cooked meat. You notice that there is a pile of meat that has been left to get cured, and with that roll, it hits your nostrils, and it just the senses that override you. You begin to salivate. Fundamentally, cooked meat, processed, has certain flavors, but the dried blood, the fact it hasn't been salted, the fact it's just with that 25, you want to just taste it a little bit. Your mouth is dripping with saliva. I mean, you know that it's probably wrong. Cooked meat is safer, isn't it? But it smells so good.
Probably against better judgment, Baccan's probably gonna indulge a little bit, just a little sort of like handful.
Yeah. Oh God, I mean, it's been left out to dry, so it could be better if it was softer, more succulent, raw. That would be better, but it tastes much better than that processed meat. Not that you can't eat that processed meat as well.
Of course, but I think Baccan will, after tasting the goodness of it, probably grab a few more handfuls, and also just grab a few handfuls of meat just to put in his pocket as well. Just so we don't know what's going on for the rest of the day, and
absolutely,
so I will maul it like a bear.
Yep, very nice. So we move to Talita. As I think even if Cayxl is awake, she's going to carry on trying to get back to sleep again.
Turn that light out.
Oh, shush.
Talita has put himself in the corner, and he's kind of rolled in, facing the corner, and he's gotten his cloak over his head, and kind of put his arms up next to his head, kind of just trying to block out, like he's trying to block out noise.
Okay.
Eventually, he'll kind of stir and roll over, and he's got quite red eyes. It's like bloodshot. It's obvious that he hasn't slept well.
There was, if I remember rightly, the sort of cliffhanging point that we left the game on last session was that you didn't really want to eat any of the food, but all night you've been uneasy. It's not the snores of Cayxl. You've been able to hear the heartbeats of all of your companions. Not just that, you've sensed the blood pumping through their bodies. It's been hard to block it out, and it makes you feel hungry. Not that you want to feed from them, not at all, but that beating, that rhythm seems to be churning the acid in your stomach.
Yeah, the it's not even. I don't even associate that sound with hunger yet.
Yeah, that's
it's not.
fine.
It's not something. It's not something that Talita understands yet. But it's just driving him insane.
Yeah.
Like he just can't stop hearing that rhythmic beating and those poundings on top of each other.
I mean, do you question where this has come from? Is it the curse, or is it maybe your ancestry? You certainly haven't felt it before last night.
No, I think Talita understands that this is something new. This is not something he's experienced before, and he would put it down to the curse.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Okay. So, you're certainly awake. A little while later, maybe another half an hour, you hear a scraping and a scratching. No attempt at any kind of subterfuge or stealth, as you hear someone descending down the steps towards the room. And before you can see them, you hear the words, "Don't worry, my friends, it's Eddie. All is good. How is everybody okay down here?"
Eddie, what is with this food? The water is horrible.
Food's fine. What are you talking about?
That water, I can't even drink it.
Yeah, just a minute. And he kind of walks in. She needs to be up. We got to move in a minute. He kind of goes in.
Ridiculous o'clock in the morning. Keep it down.
Oh, get up.
He drinks the water and goes, "That's fresh. That is. There's nothing wrong with that. What do you reckon, Baccan?"
Oh, it's lovely. I mean, it seems to be top notch. To be honest, Eddie, you know, I had my reservations, but as soon as I had a mouthful, I couldn't really stop.
Chuck us here, then.
There we go. This is what Eddie looks like. He is a rat folk. I'll share that with everybody else. There we go. So for players, Eddie is actually a ratter and is a rat folk.
Yeah, no, it were it's good stuff, Clay. I don't know. You seem like a lad who likes his grub. You're not bothered.
I want a drink. I'm just really thirsty. Drive for it. Just chuck us a water.
We got water knocking about, haven't we? Eddie, we got water.
Yeah,
I have a Lucozade in my bag.
This is the water that it's just the same water. There's nothing wrong with this. This is fine. He drinks some more, gives you some Baccan. Get it down you. It's fresh.
We'll get it down me. Yeah, get it down me, Clay.
Cayxl
Clay.
tosses Clay a bottle from a bag of some sort of carbonated rubbish.
Okay, this is most definitely one of the key guilds in the Smoke is the Hatters Guild. They make hats, as you would be aware of, but also that process of making hats for centuries, all the chemicals that they've had to use. They've had to learn so many different chemical processes to shape the hats, to preserve the hats. They have become the Smoke's foremost alchemists as well. And this carbonated drink that you've got is one of the Hatter's new experimental drinks. It's known as Zap. It's got a number of P's at the end.
Definitely. That's definitely my drink of choice.
Clay is gonna look at this as it's passed to him and look at Cayxl.
Drink it's good.
Better than nothing. He's gonna take a swig.
Okay. Now, fortunately for you, the Hatters didn't put any kind of water in there at all. It's difficult to tell what it is. It's wet and it goes down. It seems that you have some kind of allergy to water at the moment. It quenches your thirst a little bit, and then you kind of feel a strange stirring in your gut region. You're not sure whether it's the allergy that you've got or the fact that you've just drunk something that has been experimentally released by the Hatters Guild.
What's in this thing? This is weird.
Mm.
What do you mean you don't know?
Mm.
Huh.
You got
That's
to dip your
probably not
tummy.
good.
You can't do that if you neck it. Take it slow.
What? Why do you tell me that now?
Mm.
But it does kind of lubricate your throat a little. And that in itself is, let's face it, a little bit of a miracle.
Go pass the rest of it back to Cayxl. Thanks for that.
Could I try some?
Yeah, go on, but leave me a drop there. I need it to wake up.
Thank you. And Talita takes a drink.
Okay. It reacts somewhat differently to you. It goes down, it stays down. You can tell it's liquid, but it just tastes like ash. It just doesn't taste pleasant. It's like drinking muddy, gritty water.
No, tastes terrible. No, you can have it.
What do you mean it's terrible? This is the purple one. It's the best one.
No, tastes like ash and
Is that the
What?
purple flavoured one?
gritty.
I mean, it is literally labelled purple flavour. This is the Hatters Guild.
Yeah, it's a good one, that. Yeah.
It's the best one, yeah,
Fun.
yeah.
I don't know what you guys are on about.
I'll stick to water, but I don't know about gritty. Better than that
I mean,
water I got in there.
No, I mean, I were a fan of water, well, purely water until I came around here. So I don't know, pal. Yeah, all to do with what's cracking. We all feel a little bit squiffy, don't we? Is it all to do with that?
I'm not feeling best.
Bad night's sleep.
You seem to sleep quite well though, Cayxl.
Yeah, no problem, me.
Eddie.
Yep. I'm waiting. This is all very, but
well, we gave you a few odds and sods, didn't we? A few bits and bobs to find out what's cracking with all of this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
These guys should be loving purple flavors. That what's any info for us to get cracking on?
Well, I've got an inn, as it were, not an inn as in a tavern or an inn, an inn. I don't know how you're going to react to this, but I put out some feelers as a way of saying thanks for you to, let me scavenge off those whatever they were, and I've arranged a meeting with a doe. Okay,
A doe?
a doe.
What?
Give
A
me
female
idea.
deer? Yeah, a female deer.
no, a doe. Sorry, I forget some of you are new to the city. Does, John Does, or Jane Does, although some Janes are actually Johns and some Johns are Janes. It's kind of confusing, really. But John Does, yeah. They are fixers. Yeah, they get jobs done. They act as a conduit. They are the lube between a client and someone that acts on behalf of a client, as it were.
Or a
And
go-between.
I quite like saying the word lube, though, really. But yes, a go-between is right.
You and me both, Eddie. Lube.
It's good, isn't it? He kind of skitters
Off
forward
with
and
you,
tries to
Kai.
give you a high five.
Oh yeah, return that.
Yeah,
What are you talking about?
Lube.
yeah, it's good, isn't it?
We'll tell you when you're a bit older.
What?
Yeah, we'll tell you when you're older.
I don't think they come much
Just-
older than Talita here.
Just get on with it.
So this doe will maybe be able to help you with your problem, but will need something in return. Probably some help with something he's been put in charge of sorting out. They are very influential. They know people. They can make things happen. I've known this doe for a long time, so I mean, if you're straight with him, you can trust him. That's my reckoning anyway. But it's up to you. You can go your own way if you want, but I can get you to the meeting place. I've already set one up. It's not far from here. A word on the street, though, is that you are currently, there are people that are looking for you. I think it's more of these, what did you call them? Order of the Flame?
Wait, there are more of them?
I believe so. You are quite in demand.
Are we?
Guessing
Is
they're
it just
wanting to
them?
cleanse us some more, eh? They were so successful at it last time.
But it's up to you. You can't stay down here forever. You know, you can go your own way, or I'll do the introductions, and that will be our payment done.
What do you reckon, guys?
I mean,
Information would be nice.
yeah. I think for them, if we were to go and sort of go our separate ways at the moment, I think the strength in numbers and like you said, information would be nice because something's happening to all of us, isn't there? I mean, they might be presenting themselves in different ways, but let's just look out for each other and
I don't want to be taking these Order of the Flame guys back to the forge. I don't think my parents would be too happy about that.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly.
Yeah, and I definitely wouldn't want to take it back to the home that I definitely have. So let's
Weird way of saying that.
So let's team up, find this lube chap, and go from there. Let's go find Mr.
Cayxl,
Lube.
you find that word far too funny.
It's amazing. Well,
You
don't
use
don't
those all the time in the forge.
don't tell him that I called him that though. That would be bad. Bad for me.
Why?
Uh, he wouldn't appreciate it.
I still don't understand.
That's
That's
okay.
okay. That's okay.
Just
All
yeah.
you need to know is it's a funny word.
Maybe to you.
Well, yes, but still funny. And I
Okay.
think Eddie here agrees with me. So
Oh yes, yes.
Anyway, it's too noisy in here. We need to go outside.
Well,
yeah. Agreed.
we're going to stay below ground a little bit in the sewers. It's a little bit, it smells, but it'll keep you from the eyes of whoever's looking for you. And then, cheers for the sub. And then we will, emerge close to the three valves, and we will get you to the dough. So follow me. With that, he skitters up the stairs. You are more than welcome to sort of follow him if you want. Provided everybody's doing that, you don't really need to use the battle map for that. It's just quite a nice visual for the viewers. Okay. So, there we are. You are guided by a very professional ratter. Kind of knows the sewers, certainly these parts of the sewers. Like the back of his furry hand. Not all ratters are rat folk. They come in all shapes and sizes and ancestries. Less than 20 minutes, you emerge from a sewer grate, Slickside. The smell is overwhelming, almost as bad as the sewers themselves. You see ahead of you the three valves, a tavern. It has a degree of notoriety. As you enter, you can see that this is a typical Slickside establishment. There is a muddy floor, grimy glass, covered in nicotine stains and dirt. The tavern is split up into kind of 4 rooms, really. There is a bar, a snug, an outdoor pit, and the function room. As you walk in, the bar is full of tobacco smoke. It's got some kind of old timer playing a piano. There's a couple of locals singing a popular Slickside song. Some of you might be familiar with it. It's called Knobs on Knobs.
Of course it is.
Cayxl joins in.
If you're, it's a common one, Slickside and the Squalor. The snug is a small room with a couple of tables and padded benches. It's about as best as you would get in this kind of establishment. Tends to be for courting couples. They kind of come in here. It's very small, cozy and comfortable, away from the singing and the like in the bar. At the back of the three valves is the pit. It's a 5-foot deep sunken hole, no more than 15 foot in diameter, where various animals and bare knuckle fights take place. It's obvious, even to the untrained eye, that both gambling and stolen goods are being offered for sale amongst this heavy nicotine cloud-filled room. There are also a number of seamstresses that ply their trade here too. For those of you who are watching and for our players who are unfamiliar with the smoke, the Seamstresses Guild is exactly what it says. Pretty much like the hatters make hats, the seamstresses are expert tailors and makers of all sorts of embroidery and garments. They also are a high class and low class streetwalkers. But it goes deeper than that. Seamstresses are one of the most informed guilds within the smoke because their real talents lie with pillow talk, being able to pry information out of the tightest closed mouth. If you want to find some information out from specific individuals or about certain businesses or organizations, the seamstresses are the place to go to hire someone. There are a number of drinks that can be purchased here as well. It doesn't seem to be a huge wide choice as you walk past the bar. You can kind of see it chalked on. There is bitter, black tar, rot, and slam. A various supply of different foods can be brought here as well, all with a sort of Eastern European flavour. But you are led by Eddie, who seems to know people as he's walking through, kind of, hey, how you doing? It's the Barnett sisters and Melville, how you doing? He waves at the person on the piano, and they all seem to know him. He leads you to the back door and opens it, or a door at the back of the room, and there are a set of steps that lead down into a dimly lit cellar. He says, folks, this is the function room.
What kind of functions do you have around here? I thought everything was happening over in the fight pit or something like that for a place around there.
Well, the function room is kind of where people do their, business. And I don't mean that kind of business, no. The privies are outside.
What business? Wait, what?
Business, you're going to talk. He's probably down there waiting for you. It's probably best not to keep the dough. Did you remember?
Fine.
Yeah, I remember the dough, but...
What's their name?
Dough.
It's Mr. Lube, isn't it?
Oh, shh! No. His name is John Doe. They're all John Does, apart from the Jane Does. And some of the Jane Does are actually John Does, and some of the John Does are actually Jane. It's obvious.
But not Mr. Lube.
No.
Come on, let's not have this conversation at top of stairs.
Thank you.
Step away for people.
See, they know. They do. Down. Right. Best of luck. I'm off. Enjoy yourselves.
Oh, is that it? Are you going to introduce us?
Well, okay.
There's only one name to remember.
It kind of pushes forward.
How do we know the right person if you don't show us? If there's
right, I'm going.
Janes and Johns and Does.
There's just one doe down there. It's.
Well, then why are there so many different ones?
And also, Mr. Eddie.
Just Eddie.
Just Eddie. I don't suppose you can get us a drink as well, could you?
Yeah, what are you after?
Oh, just dealer's choice, Chief. Oh, you are.
Well,
whatever.
I mean, if you want a slower drink, then bitter or black tar. It's actually quite nice. It sounds revolting, but it's kind of a dark, thick stout. If you want something just for a hit, then you can't go First and Slam. It's Borgengast vodka. It's strong. Strip paint.
Just the bittery stuff sounds more up my street.
Yeah, it's on me.
What time are we on?
Yeah, no, get to.
You don't really know. Give us just roll a wisdom roll. Yeah, no, I mean, it might sound like I'm being awkward here, but you've been underground, and when you emerge above, it's just smog everywhere, and it's kind of yeah. There you go. You see, it's not me. It's you. You just don't know. It could be middle of the day.
25.
Yeah, absolutely. You really with the smog that permeates the city, it's really difficult. You don't know whether you were asleep for sort of 6 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours. It's difficult. I mean, a sensible person might just ask someone but
I did. I asked the DM.
yeah, the DM.
Yo, Eddie, what
Hazel.
time are we on?
Cayxl, are you talking to these voices in your head again?
No, I'm
Yeah,
talking to Eddie. Eddie, what time are we on?
Eddie says it's fairly early in the morning. It's coming on to sort of about 10 o'clock. You got the rest of the day ahead of you.
I've wasted so much time already this morning. I should be forge already.
It's a bit early for drinks, isn't it?
What?
Full of iron, this sort of stuff.
Stout for me too, then.
Right.
Did they do Zap? Did they do Zap?
No, the slam, but I mean, I'm not quite sure whether you could take that.
Yeah, get her a slam.
It has 2 A's.
It's like the tagline underneath.
One of those awkward people who always go into the bar and ask for a Coke with a straw.
They do the 4 drinks here. That's all. It's rough and ready.
Yeah, I'll go without.
All right. Okay. What about you, Mr. Clay?
Love a stout.
All right. Okay. Do you want me to introduce you?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So you want me to go downstairs first, then go upstairs, then get your drinks, and then come back downstairs again?
You've already
Please,
had him a drink as
God,
well.
dear, you like your value for money, don't you? Right. Anyway.
My mother always taught me, yeah.
We're friends. We're friends now, remember? Lube, remember?
Shh. Shh. Seriously.
Lube, remember?
Okay. Right. Yeah, I like it, but not so close to him. He kind of
You like
goes
Luke?
down the steps.
Understood.
He goes. He's had enough and heads down the steps. And as he heads down the steps, if I can get my right information here, we can do a. Oh, look at this! Ooh, a map that the players can't see at the moment, but I can be excited.
Ooh, potential.
Fight.
Why do you need a map, Andy?
Because anything could
We
happen.
can all witness
I'm
what's about to kill us.
I'm very aware that unfortunately players can make anything a fight, so I just like to be prepared.
You know us so well.
Oh my god, yes.
And you're probably going to
When
say,
Cayxl keeps saying lube.
yeah, exactly. I mean, you know.
I'm not saying it right now. I'm just thinking it quite loud.
So there we go.
Ooh.
So this is it. I mean, it is very similarly. The function room is little more than a damp, cold cellar. The noise from above can be heard through the floorboards. Spilled drinks from above occasionally drip through. It's unpleasant down here. There's a single lit torch offering scant illumination, a table and mismatched chairs in the centre of the room. The entire back wall is covered with a grey mould. Rats scurry around the room as if claiming it for themselves. Waiting for you is a man dressed in an expensive black suit, clean shaven, wearing a black bowler hat. He has half moon spectacles and a leather satchel by the side of him. You should hopefully be able to see the map, and you can move yourselves down. He kind of stands up. Greetings. Please come down. Take a
Right.
seat.
Eddie says that you are a doe.
I am indeed. My name is John. And who are all of yourselves?
You can call me Clay.
Clay?
Baccan, Chief. Nice to meet you.
Well met.
Yep, I'm Cayxl.
Cayxl.
And I am Talita.
Splendid.
Pleasure
Splendid.
to meet you.
Indeed. Word has reached me by, I think, a mutual friend, Eddie. Eddie has scurried upstairs and very rapidly. He's treated you to these drinks. He kind of comes downstairs again. And, he kind of distributes them. He takes a seat, and then
Thank you, Eddie.
it's okay. As we said, we are, you know, friends, I guess. And if you ever need the services of the Ratters Guild, um, speak to anybody, and I'll come and find you.
Before Eddie leaves, Cayxl locks eyes with him and just mouths very obviously, lube. But silently.
Oh, dear. Kind of nods. I'm off, he said.
Bye, Eddie.
Bye-bye. Best of luck, everybody. I hope it all works
What
out
do
for
we need
you.
to look for?
Well, you know, for the future.
Yeah. All right, then best of luck to you too. Then.
We might not see each other again.
Oh no, is it serious?
Don't talk like that, Eddie. We'll see each other again.
Okay. Let us hope so. Let us hope so. With that, the doe waits for Eddie to leave and kind of looks at you all. Right, I believe you have run into an issue with a few people. Is this right?
Maybe.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you know about Katarina Hex?
Oh, go straight to the point there, are we?
Well, it is important. Personally, not very much. I know that she was a fortune teller and she shows up once a year with the Carnival of Dread. Beyond that, not a whole amount, but I don't tend to hold all of the information. What I am very skilled at is knowing people who knows the information. So my proposal to you is that I will find out some information for you that you need to know about possibly this Katarina Hex, about this Order of the Flame and the trouble that you seem to have got yourselves into in an attempt to enable you to go back to your normal lives. In return for that, I am going to need you to do a task for me. How does
What
that?
kind of task?
I'm very
What?
pleased that you are asking. There is no sensible or sensitive way of saying this. There have been a number of dead bodies that have started cropping up Slickside, banks of the Slick, and there have been some missing people as well. The person that I am working on the behalf of wants this investigated and an end to it happening. I thought this would be an ideal thing for you to do. You're not going to bump into anybody's Slickside. It is a terrible place.
Probably why those people have gone missing, isn't it? If they've gone near the slick.
Indeed. It means that you are out of the way for a while and able to do a little work for me without drawing undue attention to yourselves. And if you succeed in this, then I will be in your debt and I can pay that debt off in information or in coin or a little of both.
People die a lot. What
Ah.
makes these special?
I am very pleased that you asked this. It's quite revolting, really. Those that have been found are covered in large putrescent boils. It's become known on the street as Redberry Blight. It is hideous. People of the Slickside are obviously worried. We would like to find out what is causing this and put a stop to it.
Is this a sickness?
It is difficult to say. The bodies have not overly been examined heavily. They have rapidly been burnt to ensure that there is no spread of it should it be a disease. People are scared, and this is why I need you. I need you to go down there and clear this up, investigate it, try and find out what is causing it.
This
Andy,
sounds
Yep.
like a job for somebody official.
Yeah, I had a question. Like, what's why can't you or someone sort of special, one of the law lads do it?
Well,
Why is there no interest from the law lads in finding out what this is?
It's Slickside.
yes, for one. The the smoke is a most interesting place. Those with money aren't particularly motivated to look into this unless it's going to affect their bottom line. So there is no ruling body in the smoke. There are 7 mercantile houses. They are the true powers. They don't owe the populace anything. In fact, they believe the populace owes them. They provide jobs, they pay wages. This is why there is doze. This is why there are so many detective agencies that are scattered throughout the smoke. While there are peelers, there are the laws. They tend to only get involved if they are ordered to, and they are only ordered to when it makes financial sense.
Oh, got it. Understood. So it'd be like a force of good.
Oh, indeed. This is certainly not an illegal activity. And on top of that, you will be doing something very good.
Andy,
Talita's mood visibly brightens at this. Like he was coming in here expecting like some skullduggery perhaps, and he wasn't particularly excited about that. But you can see his grin is returning. Like he's going to get to do some good.
Excellent stuff. Brooks, you were trying to ask something?
yeah, would any of us have heard of the Redberry Blight? Or is it something that's kind of more around the slick?
The doe informs you it's been only occurring in this area for about 12 days as far as he's aware. If you or any of your characters feel like you are aware of things that happen within the slick, then absolutely. It's not hidden, it's not been brushed under the carpet, but it's very situational, if you know what I mean. So that is down to your characters and how you see your characters.
I don't
Play
want to go
definitely
work
not.
anywhere near the split.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only even been in the smoke for a couple of weeks, so yeah, I would know nothing.
We're
Perfect.
gonna find out.
Okay. So he kind of seems to be quite good at reading the room, and he kind of looks at all of you. It seems that we are in agreement then.
So the three of you, what do you want? What do you want? A mix of coin and info? Just coin, just info? What's before we spit and shake hands? What's your thoughts?
Well, to be honest, I'm feeling fine. I'd take the money.
You don't look fine.
You were sparking the other day.
Well, I spark all of the time. I've been described as a live wire.
Not quite what I meant, but
Yes,
okay.
That probably
Just
wasn't
static.
literal before.
Don't get wrapped up in it. It's just static.
I mean, I feel there's a an ebb in hunger and stuff like that. How about you? I mean, you little lad, you can't really drink or eat out, can you?
I want to be able to drink again. That would be nice, and not that weird zap. And at this point, Clay is going to just instinctively, from talking about drinks, take a swig out of his stout.
Okay. And unfortunately, stout, as thick as it is, does have water in it. And again, you begin to, it's almost like a cat that has a fur ball. You sort of sense it sort of start sticking in your throat, and you begin to sort of cough and splutter.
Slam the glass back down, push the bench back away, and start coughing and choking. Falling to my knees and coughing, and finally a bit of dust coughs up.
Oh, you're right.
You're gonna drink that?
I've got to stop. Take it. Take it.
Surely it's not all that bad.
And I take a big drink.
Cayxl will start clapping him on the back. Come on, love. Come on. Just went down wrong way.
Fine. Good. All right.
All right.
So I think it would be probably privy to have a mix of both, wouldn't it? Coin and info, because our lad down here is not doing too smart, is he?
Info would be good.
That suit you, Chief John Doe?
Absolutely. How does it sound that a week's worth of coin for what is probably going to be a day's worth of work plus the info? How about 35 cogs each?
Oh, crap. Work. Oh, I'm supposed to go to work today. Oh, again.
What is it you do again?
Oh, I work in a pawn shop. Oh, I'm almost definitely going to be fired.
Wait.
Things are going to be written up when they go back. Oh, they're going to chew me out.
Well, there's other ways of turning coin. Who knows, if you successfully investigate this, I might have other jobs for you.
One more bit of information to just chuck in there. The music machine upstairs, is that like can anyone just a little tinkle on that, or is it just reserved for certain people?
This is not my property, but if you speak to Boris, he's the landlord, the owner. You'll find him behind the bar. He's the big gentleman with all the tattoos. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Good to know.
Just be careful about what you play. The audience is here. They don't much like those that spend time in the splendor.
Can you play knobs on knobs?
It is one of, and you hear it just kind of going on and on again from upstairs.
I will.
Weird music down here.
I will definitely avoid playing music from the Splendor. Thank you.
Have any of us even been to the Splendor?
Oh, I had an interview there once.
How did it go?
I caused a small fire and was asked to leave.
Right. So
Was
that a good thing?
I don't know. I suppose.
Did they ask you back?
Made me who I am today, which is what I tell other places that I interviewed in after.
That's you know where I'm from. Starting a small fire, you know that's top level stuff. That is.
We've
And
got somebody.
it was on somebody, so
What?
it was on somebody.
Why were you burning someone?
Well, you
An
set
inmate?
someone on
Didn't
fire.
mean to. I was just
You
pissing
under-
around, you know. I got tired of waiting. They kept me waiting for ages.
You got bored, so you set somebody on fire.
I didn't mean to set somebody on fire. Oh my god, can we not make this about me, please? Just ask if anyone
So
went to the Splendor
John,
and I went to the Splendor. So you're gonna make me not want to talk to you if you keep doing that with everything I say.
Well,
You know.
so John, I think that would be a really good idea. Thank you.
Right. Absolutely. Well, we have a deal then. Splendid. If I'm not here, which is highly unlikely, just give your message to Boris, and I will arrive shortly. Okay. So you basically, Boris is your point of contact.
Sure.
Got it.
I mean, so we're probably just going to stay down here and have a finish these drinks. So
maybe you are.
I'll finish yours. Don't worry. I'll do you a solid.
Thanks.
Right. So I think our business is concluded. If there is a degree of urgency with this, whatever it is, this red berry blight, best of luck. Obviously, head into Slickside or head towards the edge of the Slick. It is perhaps your best place. There is a few alleys not far from here. You come out of the pub, head down about the fourth or fifth one. That's where the first body was found.
All right. Should we go look at some gross bodies then?
Well, the bodies aren't there now. As I said, they were
Should we
collected
go
and
look at
burnt.
where some gross bodies used to be?
Let's see if we can find any.
Best of luck. And with that, he sort of moves round and up and leaves you to your musings. If you want to discuss anything now that he's gone, you are more than welcome to.
So Cayxl, were you just not wanting to talk about that 5 stuff? Because I was just trying to get him out of picture.
No, it was a long time ago. It was embarrassing. They won't have me back in the building. I don't want to talk about it.
Was it an accident?
Yes, it was an accident. Why would I set someone on fire on purpose?
And were you sorry?
I was very sorry, but they didn't stop to listen to me. I was
Well,
out on my arse before I knew what was what.
Who was it you set on fire? It wasn't like the boss or anything.
It was the secretary.
Ah,
She
Look,
was a bit of a bitch, to be fair.
sometimes you just got to set people on fire or things,
Well, it wasn't on
Well,
purpose. The fact that she was a bitch is irrelevant. The two don't interconnect in any way. There's no causation here.
Right. And then back and he'll give you a wink, a very really crap wink, and go, sure, yeah, accident, not it.
Cayxl shoot you the finger.
I'll be careful there, Baccan. She might set you on fire.
So
just know that I can. Okay.
So what's crack then? We're gonna have some food here, have a little sit down, bit of patter. I'll have a crack on that machine upstairs.
Well, you might be feeling all right, mate, but I could really do with being able to drink.
Right. Okay.
I'm
Have you tried?
getting a little hungry.
Yeah, some snap would be nice.
Time, isn't it?
It's getting exactly. It's getting close to that, and I've past few days I've had a nice little taste for blood. Have you tried just blood, Claire?
What?
What?
Blood?
Excuse me, what?
What?
Just like not like just. I've always enjoyed meat, a little bit sort of on the sort of like slightly well cooked side, but past few days I'm starting to appreciate that little bit more on the rarer side, if you get me. And the rarer the better, really.
Raw meat sounds good.
Exactly.
Boys,
This
with
guy
you?
gets it.
You guys are so weird.
It's a
Come on, I'm
delicacy
gonna
in
do
many
pierogi.
places.
Come on.
What? We're going off to the piano.
All right, we're gonna have something to eat, but
All right, let's pop upstairs.
Okay, so you head off upstairs. Say the piano is still sort of going, but if you want to go and see Boris, he's behind the bar. He's quite an imposing gentleman. He kind of greets you. He sort of recognizes the four of you as not locals, but he also recognizes the fact that you've just had a meeting with one of the does. So he kind of sort of smiles at you. Business went well.
Mm.
it was
Well, it can be
interesting.
expected. Yeah.
Excellent. More drinks, or are you off?
Do you have any rare meat?
Or just uncooked. Uncooked is fine.
Well, yes. We got a fine goulash on though. Uh, if you want, but you want raw meat.
You're so weird. Look, freaking
Rare.
everyone out.
Just raw if you can, please, dripping.
Well, I'm from the east, and you kind of notice that he's got a kind of recognizable accent. It's the same accent as that individual that sort of drew you into that ambush, sort of eastern, from the Empire of Borgengast. I don't know how that makes you feel, but
Not
there's
racist.
no.
It's all sorts.
But he kind of nods and says the goulash is good. We've got some struckli, some borscht, pierogi, duruni, good, home cooked by my sister. And you want uncooked?
No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have pierogi and
Proper.
I'm gonna have rot with it.
Yeah.
These guys aren't with me. They're so weird.
I'll have one of them as well.
Right.
A
Okay.
little cooked. Just a little cooked.
Oh, you can have it
Raw.
raw. It's. I know the reputation for the Slickside is not good, but my sister, she makes good food and she doesn't skimp on the ingredients.
You're defending him. Just have something normal.
Just raw, yeah, raw. Just it's just past few days. Just had a just. I think it'd just go nicely. A bit blue.
He kind of turns and says, Ursula, and you hear a voice from the kitchen. And he says, and kind of puts the orders in, and he says, two of them want it blue. She says, okay. Moments later, or 10-15 minutes later, realistically, food is served to you. Are you planning to eat upstairs in the bar or the snug, or are you going back down to the function room?
Um,
In the bar, I imagine.
yeah, I'd like to eat as close to the music machine as possible, please. Can anyone have a dabble on that, or just
Yeah, aye. As long as everybody's having a good time. I don't want any trouble here.
No trouble. No, just want a little pop after we've had some snap. That's all.
All right. Yeah, absolutely. Help yourself.
Yes, thank you, and we'll make ourselves comfortable for now. Thank you.
Okay. So that happens. Okay. You make yourself comfortable, sit down, 15, 20 minutes, your food, and the food is actually really good. Pierogi are dumplings. I don't know what else did you order?
Rot for me.
Rot, yeah. Rot is fundamentally moonshine. This is stilled kind of whiskey. It's strong, but it's drinkable.
Lovely, that's all I'm asking.
You settle down, you eat up. The old timer at the piano kind of sort of stretches. He looks like he's about to stop for a moment. Things sort of quieten down, and now you can hear the kind of talk going on. And there is indeed a little bit of talk going on about this red berry blight. None of it in particular is going to lead anywhere, but you get the impression that people are genuinely kind of worried about it. Now's your opportunity, should you wish to have a go at the piano.
Oh, God.
Has anyone played this before? Any tips, tricks, anything like that? No.
Well, I mean, you sit down, you put your feet on the pedals,
Right.
and then you use the keys
Yeah.
to make sounds.
Lovely. And with that, he's off.
Okay. Do you have any skill in this? Do you have any interest?
Nope. He's just a very curious person to all of this sort of stuff. Never even touched a piano before.
Excellent. So
Clay is going to walk over just as you're starting and just pick your hands up and move them along a couple of keys, and in the process cast guidance on you.
okay. Wow, good use of guidance. Okay, so I mean, give me a performance roll if you have no real skill. If this is like the very first time that you've ever played a piano, I think disadvantage is called for here.
I mean, I think that's
Aw.
But give us a performance.
and guidance will just naturally come into effect, right? Because I can see that at the bottom.
Hopefully, if not, you can roll a
didn't
d4
look
and
like
add it.
properly applied. Just might want to add a d4.
So yeah, Baccan will sit down and like I said, just get himself comfortable, and then obviously Clay will sort of come and do his thing, and I'll just sort of stroke my hands over the keys and off on sort of Cayxl's instructions before my feet are just going up and down on the pedals, as I roll a
You have a
7. A 7.
The guidance kind of saves you. I mean, let's face it, you have no idea what you're doing, but you enjoy it. I don't think you are particularly trying to play something, are you? You're just kind of getting used to the keys and the music.
No. It's like, when people are on St Pancras Station and there's the pianos there, people just go and basically just like mash their fist.
No,
Yeah.
they not really know what they're doing at St Pancras.
So this is someone specifically
when
who
I
doesn't
walk
know what they're doing. So, yeah. So that. Especially one bit.
Yeah. So it's not unpleasant. Certainly not enough people to start shouting at you and whatever. And sort of whilst nobody else is using it, and whilst people don't particularly want to sing-song you do a little sort of tinkle on it. Yeah, time passes really. You eat your food, drink your drink.
Well, I thought my performance went really well, guys. Don't know about you.
Noise was
That's
nice.
one way of looking at it.
So, should we get this down as inspect where these dead bodies used to be? Does that sound like a reasonable idea?
Okay.
How's your just cooked meat there, Talita? Is it all right?
How is it?
Yeah, again, it kind of, part of it tastes like I said, ash. But as you kind of suck out the juices are good. and you kind of want to not eat the flesh, but as you squeeze out the juices, it tastes sweet, tastes good.
I kind of leave like a kind of desiccated steak left behind. Then it's just
Yeah.
kind of like the meat with no juice left in it.
It's certainly enough to sustain you as well, and it gets rid of that acid burn that's in your stomach at the moment.
Mm. Mm. The juice has a good flavor.
Good. I'm glad. You right? We were after we finished. Are we all ready now, aren't we? Ready to crack on.
I've been ready for the last 20 minutes, just waiting for you.
Lovely. Well,
Yeah, see what we can find.
let's crack on.
Okay. So you indeed do that. You literally crack on. You move out. Just going to close your beautiful pictures down.
Oh,
It's okay. I've got another beautiful picture. Slickside. This is the area you are in. I mean, technically, Slickside itself is a district, but there isn't just a single part of the Slick that is bad. The Slick is the river that runs through the entirety of the city. And for those of you who are unaware, it is incredibly polluted. It is very, very dangerous in a number of ways. It's toxic. It's also incredibly flammable. The squalor is the slums of the smoke, but Slickside is by far the worst area of what could be called the squalor. You begin to move down, following the directions that you were given by the doe, and it's not long before you see something. Look at that. This is amazing. Great detective work without even a roll.
You're just that good.
You are just that good.
We were born to this.
Yes.
Also incredibly modest, I find.
I'm just
On
gonna
for something.
put you on there, and then hopefully this is the thing, it is juggling 1,000 different forms here, so if we do that, we should be able to do that, and we should be able to do that and that, and
Have you shared that map with us, Andy?
no, because I haven't
Okay.
I haven't finished prepping it yet.
That's cool.
Boom, boom, boom. That's what we need to do, and that is the reason why. Fantasy Grounds is very cool, by the way. I really love Fantasy Grounds.
Really like it as well.
I bet it's taking so long because he's just adding a load of enemies to that.
Yeah. No, it's I'm trying to do it for everybody here. So
Just individually adding hundreds of rats.
This is it.
Well, all got different names.
I think that should have
We should
done
ask
it.
them for every single one what their name is.
So positioning is critical here for what is going on.
That sounds
If
promising.
we do ask all of the rats what their name is, I'm really hoping for Rat Elite Warrior.
Yeah. Okay. So
dear.
that is what you see.
Unidentified creatures.
So as you're kind of moving down, the unidentified creatures. Let us see. I'm not sure if this is going to work, so I'm going to do that, and it should identify them now. Has it identified them for you?
Does
Yeah.
unidentified.
You remain unidentified.
Okay, but they are peelers. They are sort of police, basically. In this world, Edmund Peel was kind of one of the founders of the constabulary, and this is where the slang term peelers have come from. They're not looking for you, though, as you're kind of walking down. You see that unidentified creature at the bottom, I shall put an arrow to him there, is currently vomiting. He's just kind of throwing up. As this one here sees you coming up, he says, "Sorry, you perhaps don't want to come down here. It's a terrible sight."
Is
You're
it the
lying.
sickness?
I can't really comment. It's an ongoing peeler investigation. If you want to just move along.
He didn't stick his head into the slick, did he?
He wouldn't have a head if he stuck his head into the slick.
That's a good one.
If you just move around, nothing to see.
Insight check. Insight check, please.
Yeah.
I would love to insight check.
What musical insight check?
Right, check. It's
My eyes squint as I look at them.
Yeah, you've done very well. Yeah, I mean, one of them's obviously seen something that is truly horrific and is retching up. The other one, whose stomach is a little bit stronger, is trying to move you away so that you don't see the horrific scene.
But they seem on the level in terms like I think Baccan was just thinking maybe they were just trying to cause diversion or
No, you think they've uncovered a ghastly scene.
Is there something that we can help with? There seems to be very few of you. If you need an extra pair of hands.
Well, he's dead. I mean,
who's dead?
I don't know. We don't really want to go anywhere near him, to be honest. He's got.
Is it the red berry?
Well, they look like red berries, but I don't think they're berries. It's like someone has mashed a bunch of grapes into his face.
Ugh. Yeah. Ugh.
Would you mind if I took a? I'm not, my stomach don't turn with this sort of stuff. Would you mind if I, had a quick dabble, have a look, see what's cracking?
Yeah.
I would look too.
Well, on your, we can't take responsibility. The one that's vomiting sort of wipes his. Let's call this in. If we let these people just kind of guard the body, let's just call this in, okay? He just wants to get out of here. He's also now covering his mouth and nose in case he catches it.
You need to rehydrate after chucking up like that. I chuck him a can of Zap.
I've heard about this stuff.
Blue flavour.
Yeah,
I've not tried blue.
I'm not sure. I've heard bad things. Tis
It's
experimental.
got a lot of things, including electrolyte. There are other things.
It tastes horrible.
What's the
No,
electrolyte?
You've not tried blue flavour. Don't listen to him.
That was the purple one.
They just
You've offered everyone.
Walk off.
yeah. They really don't want anything to do with this at all.
Oi! Are you going to drink that?
I don't think you're getting that back.
It's limited edition.
Okay. So you are left alone. So as you kind of
What's going on then?
okay, so as you get that close, you can have a sort of a general look first before you get any closer.
I can't move Baccan, Andy. Sorry.
You can't what? Sorry.
Move Baccan.
There you go.
Unless you're, are you moving him?
No.
That's cool. Ooh, look at me go.
But you fly.
You can see that there's a body sprawled in this alley. Looks like they maybe staggered down this alley or whatever. It's really obvious to see that there is a large, horrific bunch of red pustules, like a bunch of red grapes. They're a good maybe centimetre in diameter. What's interesting, though, is the other thing that you notice straight away is this individual is kind of out of place. He looks well dressed. He doesn't look like a usual inhabitant of Slickside here.
Does he smell or anything? Is there anything that would pull us off from
So
getting
this is
horrific?
this is where I need some standard investigation rolls or perception rolls first, as you.
I would happily get closer.
Yep.
I can't though.
All right.
Are you unable to move your character?
I think you can just click and drag.
Yeah.
I can move up and down, like that's fine, but I can't move into the alleyway.
You just move back.
Oh, okay. It just wasn't. Oh, okay, weird.
I can't move into the area.
I have all the
You
power
need
as
divine inspiration.
Okay, so general investigations. It looks relative recent. Death, you think, most definitely caused by this blight. But you can see that his clothes are tussled, and not whoever, but it looks like he might well have been robbed afterwards.
Poor son.
This is Slickside. It is a common occurrence. It
Still
becomes
not pleasant.
even more apparent with even Clay's perception is the fact that his two shoes have gone as well.
So I'd like to get right up,
Okay, you get right up.
and I want to look for wounds or any
Okay.
or anything else.
Okay. Are you looking at the growths on him, the pustules, or are you looking?
Yeah, I think I'm trying to see like how he died, basically. So I'd probably be like,
Okay. So we need
essentially like undressing him a little bit.
Yeah.
And
there's no obvious wounds as such, but I could do with a medicine or nature roll. Certainly off you because you are closer. Anybody else who wants to chance moving close will have to give me a roll as well. Oh, look at that.
I don't think we need to
Look
roll
at that. You are rocking it. Okay, this is most definitely foul. As you begin to do it, you realise a number of things with that medicine roll. Firstly, as you kind of sort of move his clothes, some of his veins are sort of reddened, almost like bruises, but beneath the skin. And this is a definite sign of being poisoned. You think that that is quite possibly the cause of death rather than the pustules, which then leads your attention to the pustules, and you get closer and closer, wondering what could have caused this. And then within one of the small marble-like spheres, you see something move and it pops. These pustules are not pustules as sorts, they're kind of small egg sacs. And it's at that moment they all and your face is covered with this stale blood and this swarm of maggots.
does the blood go in my mouth?
We will say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do I feel about that?
It tastes good.
Mm.
It tastes very good.
Oh, oh, that. I didn't expect it to.
And I kind of
Are
dip
you
my
looking
finger in,
for
put it in my mouth.
Weird, man.
As you stick your finger in, these strange red worms start trying to burrow into your flesh.
Oh, come on.
Uh,
I
so
feel
you,
deja vu for some reason.
yeah. Have we done this before? Probably. It's a common one, but let's see. So it just has a straight roll against you, I believe. Oh, let's see if I can actually do it on the what's the name. I haven't got the attack on. There we go. No, they kind of miss you, but you can see they're literally trying to bury themselves into your skin. This could be very dangerous to your condition. Can you give us initiative rolls, everybody, please?
Oh,
Woo!
Glad that Clay is not the only one with a -1 to in there.
Okay, so boom, boom. I'm going to roll initiatives. The corpse might actually get an initiative as well.
oh God.
The corpse is actually going
surprised
last.
Oh, coming back to life.
Okay, Cayxl. You kind of see kind of a number of things. It's bad enough that these pustules burst and spray Talita into the face. What's worse is he kind of licks his lips. What's even worse is he then dips his fingers into the blood and goes to lick it. And what's even worse than that, the small swarm of strange bloodworms attempt to burrow into his flesh. A whole host of horrors for you to take in. What would you like to do?
I'm just oh, my skin is crawling. My first course of action will be to manifest exactly how I'm feeling by casting just caustic brew in a 30-foot line in front of me.
Okay, so is
That
that
looks like it might hit somebody.
going to hit Talita as well?
Probably. I mean, he's
Probably. Okay. So yeah, can you
Yeah.
target people with that, or is it something that we?
I'll give it a good go.
Yeah.
I'll give it a good go.
Good to see Talita's making friends here.
Yeah, that's good. So yeah, oh look at this. So both of you fail your, and you both take 6 points of acid damage. Seems these rock grubs are not immune to acid, at least. Okay, Talita, there is just this spray. How do you want to? How do you do this, Cayxl? I'm quite interested cinematically.
So from from an open canvas that I keep right in my backpack, I run my finger around the rim and close a fist, and then just go and just throw out in front of me like a huge like spray of it's black-ish, but it also has like some like metallic, like unnatural like colors in it, like bright purple, like bright blue, bright yellow, straight out our head, and it's kind of it's thick from the point of when it ejects from my palm, but then it turns into a sort of like vile watery mist that rains down on them.
Okay, lovely job.
Can I check what colour can that came out of?
Well, I think I've been drinking from multiple cans, so it's a bit of everything.
Well, this is what happens if you mix the different flavours.
It's come from. Well, the thing is, I need a bit of rock food for it, so that's come from stale saliva off the top of the can. There you go. Aren't you glad
Nice.
you asked?
Nice.
Very nice.
Lovely.
Okay, so we then move to Talita.
So the acid spray kind of obviously is eating into his skin. It kind of snaps him out of the, like he was about to put these gross fingers in his mouth,
Mhm.
like covered in some kind of weird gore. So snaps about it, grabs his warhammer and just slams it down onto the grubs.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
a poor guy's face.
Give us a target. Target the swarm now, which you should be able to see. You hit. And you do some nice damage to it. Okay, anything else you want to do?
No, that's it.
Okay, and we move to Clay.
Clay is going to have a look at these things and decide that this is not something that should be allowed to exist in the world. He's going to look at it, say a few words and prayer up to Vulcan to guide a guiding bolt straight at them.
Okay,
I mean to double click.
so you hit. I think you hit probably with both of them anyway. So it's perfectly fine.
Oof, woof.
Very
Nice.
nice, Clay.
We are not having these things living in a world where Vulcan is watching over us.
Yeah, these are particularly dangerous if they could get under your flesh. If you don't remove them fairly rapidly, they will just burrow to your heart. Fortunately, though, you deal heavily with that, and it is done. The remnants of the corpse are still there, though. Very good, and you are out of initiative for the moment. Dealt with these pustules that burst, releasing these bloodworms.
Are there any unburst pustules?
I think with the amount of damage, you exceeded
Fair.
the hit points by 11 there. No, you have. There's no chance of more of these hatching now. Absolutely, you have dealt with this problem.
Ugh.
Cayxl, what was that?
It's just a little trick I have up my sleeve, or in my can.
I'm going to be careful about what you give me to drink in future.
Look, it only does it when I want it to. It's not like the fire thing, okay?
Oh, yeah, sure.
No, it worked well. They dissolved.
Yeah. Speaking of which,
So did I a little.
What do you have?
actually.
What are you doing?
What's
What
with
do you-
the
What do you
fingers
mean?
and the...
I don't want to be too literal because it's turning my stomach thinking about it. But you were sucking up that guy's blood.
No.
Yes.
Well,
We saw it.
I think the berry pustules, they tasted nice.
What?
There's probably some poison, mental.
Let's not, no. Poison, you're saying? The
I
thing you
know.
just ate, or...
This curse
Maybe.
is worse than I thought. It's compelling him to eat dead people blood.
Yeah, I think we should keep an eye on you.
Well, the acid helped.
All right, next time we'll cover you in Zap.
Oh,
Maybe.
no, that would be a very bad idea. The sugar, it makes bugs swarm to it.
Well, they seem to be swarming to him anyway.
Well, the bugs were in the pustules. They were inside,
Yeah, but then they were on you.
and then they were dead.
Yes, that is roughly what happened.
I'm glad we can
So-
agree.
Where did they come from?
Oh my god! Do you want me to
Well-
draw you a diagram?
No,
His face.
I know they came from his
smacked with a
face.
warhammer.
but they came from somewhere before that. These were eggs.
Well, do you need me to explain the birds and the bees?
Surprisingly, no.
Good. So, if there was eggs, there was obviously some parents or something. But
So,
Where?
just thinking practically, them guys left us to guard the body.
It's guarded.
you
Well, what?
smacked it in
Not
the
body
face.
anymore.
That's why, yeah. I mean, is there even a body to guard anymore,
There's
or is it
there's most
just
of
a
a
pile of
body.
That's all
You
right.
you hit it in the face with a warhammer.
And Cayxl sprayed some zap on it, and clay made it shiny.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
right. Let's not talk about whose fault it was.
I'm just saying it came from somewhere. He was infected.
Yeah, right. He's
What do you-
not wrong.
Yeah,
It's
true.
boiled, is it? This red berry blight.
No.
If this is the same thing,
Well,
Well,
it seems to match the description.
they were red berries, tasted nice. You know, red berry.
Let's not talk about how they tasted, please.
So what do we need? Like, what's crack now? Are we just guarding this pile of mush on the floor, or are we just?
Well,
No,
let's try and see where he came from.
You are all aware that if potentially peelers come back that have their sort of minds together, they might recognize some of your descriptions. The doe said basically that the people of Slickside probably won't recognize you. But it's very much that there is corruption in the city, and if the Order of Flame want to find someone, one of the best sort of organizations to potentially bribe would be the peelers. It's a small chance, but it's most definitely there.
Can we look around to see where he might have come from?
Yes.
Like how he got here.
So give me either investigation or survival, please.
Oh my God.
Natural.
some of these rolls.
I know.
I'm going to change my dice to those colours because
It's not the colours, obviously.
yeah, this is it. No, 11's not too bad. So your investigation and survival, you can't really tell. You kind of saw that he most definitely came from this direction here. But your investigation does sort of a little bit further up, sort of here, as you're kind of just searching around, you actually find, call my notes up again, you find a number of non-valuable items that have been discarded, quite possibly by whoever stole the items from him. It does include, though, a membership card to a place known as the Loophole, which is, give me a history roll to see whether you know what the Loophole is. You can have advantage because it's written on the card.
Can you read?
Don't roll. I kind of wrote this so you would know it anyway, so I don't know why I'm asking you to have a history roll.
Can't read. To remember how
It's
to read.
yeah, it's a membership card to the Loophole, which as you turn it over, it basically describes it as a membership card to a gentleman's club in the Splendor. There's also a name on it which identifies him as Lord Byron Buckle. I'm going to see if I can work my magic now and cut and paste, because I think I've learned a trick today with fancy grounds. Look at that.
Oh,
Look at that. I can do it. It's a miracle.
right.
There's nothing of any value, anything of any kind of worth has been taken, including quite possibly his fine shoes. But it is very odd why someone of this nature is down Slickside, especially not in a carriage, and especially without any kind of maybe
Shoes.
protection. Yeah, shoes is also. You can tell that he didn't move anywhere without his shoes because his stockings are not dirty. So the shoes were taken off him after he had died. Boom, boom, boom. So that is all you can determine, to be perfectly honest. Not a lot more than that.
It'd be interesting to know whether or not the rest of these poor sods were similarly out of place over here in Slickside.
Hmm.
So I suppose we just crack on, don't we?
Okay, that sounds.
And find out, like you said, Cayxl.
Where do you want to go?
Let's
What do you want to
keep
do?
exploring. Keep heading
You,
along.
you know that there's been certainly a number of disappearances, and maybe heading towards the slick itself might give you sort of further clues. Also, potentially just speaking to locals, finding out, as you have already said, have any locals gone missing, or is it certainly other out of district, out of area people? Okay, so as you begin to move off to explore that, I think this is the perfect chance to take a little sort of 5-minute break, so people can go and grab drinks and the like. If that is okay with everybody, I'm not going to kill the stream, so please stay tuned, and we'll be back in 5 minutes. See you all very shortly. Just do that. Just gonna Hello, and we are back. Hopefully the new live scene will go. Apologies about the webcam, but some people might say it's improved the experience without you having to see me. So there we go.
I wouldn't say that, Andy.
I know. But you are playing in the game, and I have just unreleased the Rock Golem, so I want to keep
Yeah,
you
we want
sweet.
to keep you happy.
I am aware of that. Okay, so with that done, there is not much to do, and as I say, politics, corruption is rife within the smoke. It's very subtle, but the rich are rich and the poor are poor, and the rich want to keep it that way. And it could quite easily be that the Order of the Flame have spent some coin to see if any of the peelers have seen you about. So you decide to move on. It's probably for best, and let's face it, there's little else you can do for this poor unfortunate corpse, whose name you do have now, and a membership card to a club that he obviously frequents too. You begin to move on though, and as you move through the streets, the alleyways of the Slickside, you hear a voice calling to you. Not quite in an alleyway, but in kind of the doorway to a dilapidated building. You see a heavily bandaged figure, obviously missing his right hand. He kind of, oi, you lot.
You
Yeah,
talking to us?
you. Who else do you think I'm
Hello?
talking to? Come here. I might have something for you.
Okay.
The name's Stump on behalf of, I'm missing me hand.
Oh, that was
Hello,
quite
Stump.
obvious.
Hello.
I am Talita.
Right. That's a bit too much information, really. Don't really need to know who you are, but well met, Talita. You're a big chap. Right. I'm a slick scav. Yeah, I know it's not particularly legal. Everybody knows the Dredgers. The Dredgers Guild have got rights to anything that falls into the slick. But we've got to make ends meet. So when the tide goes out a little bit, pop down to the shore and scavenge a little bit. I've got some things for a fair price. Are you interested in anything?
Always.
All right. And he begins to show you a number of items. And he brings out a disc that seems to be made of terracotta, and it's kind of a circular disc. It's certainly been in the slick. You can tell that it is scored and acid scarred. This is, it's a disc, and it's made of pot. I don't know what it does, but it's nice.
Yeah.
Not interested in a coaster.
Oh, it's a bit bigger. Okay. I got something else. This here. He brings out a piece of paper that has got scorch burns in it. This, I think, is currency. I think it's a paper note. It's one of the reasons why it didn't just, got eaten by the slick. Unfortunately, that I don't know where it's from or how much it's for, but money for money. I mean, you might make a fortune. I'm not going to get out of here. Slickside is where I live. Slickside is where I'm going to die. But folk like yourselves, you might be able to find a use for this. No, I can see by your shocked silence that perhaps you are not interested as yet. Okay,
Paper. Why would we be interested in paper?
it's money. It's currency.
Well, you say it is.
You guys are from out of town. Do you know what it is?
Is he just peddling paper, isn't he?
Let's have a closer look
Fair
at
enough.
this.
It's paper
Well,
that's
what-
been
what
in the slick. Now, paper don't survive the slick unless there's something special about it.
Right.
But
Are we
if,
able to
if you're not,
recognise this at all, Andy?
give us a Arcana roll. Proficient
answers
in
that one.
Arcana. There you go. Okay. You think, Talita, that it might once have been a spell written on a scroll. Magical paper is perhaps the only thing that could have survived being immersed in the slick, and it's most definitely slick burnt. You don't know whether there's any, you can't read any magic on it or anything. There are words that you can kind of make out, although can't overly understand them. But it might still contain some arcane energy.
How much do you want for it?
I don't know. 5 copper.
Hmm. 3.
Oh, wow. I'll get me something to eat. Yeah, you got yourself a deal.
Hmm.
What are you going to do with that, Talita?
Just
What are you going to do
bought
with it?
paper.
It's interesting, you know.
You
Okay.
take
Not a lot
You say so?
survives in the slick.
Well, that's true.
he takes your coin, passes the paper across to you. Hope it brings you good luck. Still got some other stuff. This here, good bit of metal. I think it was the chair, well, a leg to a chair. Obviously fine work. Rest of the chair's been dissolved in the slick, but this leg has survived. I mean,
Clay's going to be very interested as soon as the word metal's mentioned.
Could hit something with that.
yeah, it's pretty much a metal chair leg. The metal is seems to be cast iron, but give us a I don't know. What skills have you got for identifying metal? I'm quite happy for you to use your dwarven stoneworking skill.
Do you have blacksmithing?
Blacksmithing would be good.
It would be kind of like my backstory is that I work in a forge.
Yeah,
so-
yeah, absolutely. So give us a roll with advantage.
What kind of role do I want to go for? Yeah,
Pitch me a roll.
I'm trying to think. I'm looking at all the roles, like the investigation and that kind of stuff, and I'm like, no, I've not got proficiency in them.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a tinkerer. I'll give it a look over.
I'll go for an investigation, even though it's +0.
But do you want to help me look at it? I'm
Oh.
+5.
I'll go for it, even if it goes badly.
Okay, so to you, Clay, it does look like iron. To you,
That's
though,
all Clay needs.
Cayxl, this is a special kind of iron called cold iron. It's especially dangerous to Fae. It's quite rare.
I want it.
You want it? We can come to a deal. This is what I'm here for. I mean, that was paper. This is metal, so metal's better than paper. So how about 9 copper?
Oh,
Oh, he's just a bit of metal, isn't it? He's a bit of iron. Not worth that.
Right. Well,
Go cheaper.
I've only got 5.
you got 5 copper.
I've got 5. Wait, yep. Yeah, I've got 5.
Well, I mean, I'll take that if you haven't got 9.
Cheers, done.
Okay, so you have this lump of cold iron. I only got one more thing left. This is very interesting. Very interesting. He kind of brings this stone, and the stone is jet black. You see this, all right? It's like, I mean, he passes it across for you to examine. Yeah. So, it's like stone. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about the size of sort of a six-sided dice, a standard. It's not very big cube. It's quite small, right? But touch it with that chair leg.
Ding.
As you touch it, the stone transmutes into the same metal, so it turns it into cold iron. Now watch, he gets one of the copper pieces out that you gave him and he touches it to the stone and again goes from cold iron into copper. Magic.
I want that too.
Oh.
Oh. But I
How
only
much
have.
do you want for that?
This is priceless. So with it being priceless, at least 2 silver.
Is it worth 2 silver, really? Give you
Yeah.
1 for it.
Well, I mean, you can touch it to gold. I bet gold would work. You could turn it into gold.
Yeah, but look how
I
small it
had
is.
gold to do that.
Yeah, I know, but well, I mean, what we're saying then, sort of, you've been
I have
good.
gold.
You brought some items off me. Yeah, if you've only got a silver, I'll do it for that. Let's just come out slick.
Deal.
Okay, and he sort of takes the silver off you. There we go then. I mean, that's good business, that is. Thank you very much, one and all. If you don't mind me asking, though, you're all a bit out of place here, aren't you? What's your likes doing down here? Is there trouble going on?
No.
Not that out of place, really. I mean, Ian doesn't have any shoes.
Yeah. Nothing. Just ambling about, pal.
You want to be careful. There's all sorts of rumours going on down here. It's not overly safe.
Have you heard about the red berry?
Ah, too right we have. Yeah, terrible news. Lots of people going down with it. Not
You know
pleasant.
anyone?
Not personally, no. It's only been going for about a week and a bit, maybe 2 weeks. Difficult to say. But I tell you what, there's a bit of the slick that most of us scavs are avoiding now. I don't know. We got a feeling about it, as if maybe it's coming from there. You have to be careful with the slick. There are things, there are things that lurk in the slick. And if anything living lives in the slick, you don't want to be meeting it.
Where's this place?
Not seeing it with my own eyes. Most of us are avoiding it now, but there is someone that I know. She's a little bit crazy, She thinks the fact that the rest of us scavs are not going to go hunting there. It's good pickings for her. I say it'll probably lead to her death. Her name's Muddy Mags. I mean, if she's not out scavenging, you'll be able to find her in the tarp. You know where the tarp is?
No.
Right. Well, It's an area of Slickside. Yeah, it's kind of lots of tops. Um, it's right close to the slick. It's not. It's safe for us scavs because no one wants to go there by choice. You know what I mean? It's not too far. Give you directions if you want. You've been good to me. More than happy. It's not nice though. I'd say cover your face if you go down there.
Why? Why are we covering our faces?
Well, the fumes from the slick will burn your eyes, rot your throat. You won't be able to
Too
breathe.
late for that.
Yeah, you sound like you've been drinking slick water. Don't be doing that.
We're gonna end up like you if we go down there.
Yeah.
Why don't you just pop down there, Claire, and we'll just wait for you around here.
Yeah, pull the other one you're coming with.
Yeah, it sounds exciting. I'm up for it.
And what's all this about? Muddy Mags? Well, she'll just present herself basically to us, but we don't need to just go around shouting Muddy Mags. She'll make herself known.
Well, you'll probably need to ask a few faces, but we're like normal folk, it's not like, I mean, the only thing if you've got a bit of coin, you give her some coin, then I'm sure she'd be more than happy to make it worth her while. You know what it's like.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not particularly liquid with cash at the moment. What are you guys like?
Sounds good.
I've got a stick.
Got a
Be
stick?
fine.
I've got a cube.
Let's do it.
Red paper. Oh,
Oh, sorted.
how much for the disc?
I don't know. I mean, no one seems to be interested in it. Yeah, you've been good. Take it. Might bring you some luck.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind.
There you go. Best of luck. Tell Muddy Mags that Stump says hi. Yeah. I mean, we get on. So, I mean, if you use my name, it might endear her a little bit to you. So I sent you.
Thank you.
With that, he
Right.
kind of single-handedly starts putting the rest of his gear into his bag. What he was going to
Clay's
say?
gonna pull out a copper piece and flip it his way. Duck feels bad about taking something for nothing.
Hey, well, that's generous. Normally, pride would maybe make me say no, but hey, it's going to be a meal, isn't it? So appreciate it. He kind of
Good doing business.
he kind of waves his stump at you and begins
So
to move away.
Talita hangs back when we're leaving.
Yeah.
And before we leave, pulls out a gold piece and hands it over.
He just I mean,
Stay away from the slick for a while. It's might be dangerous, so be safe.
all right. Well, you need anything. You call Stump. I've got your
Stump.
back.
You were kind when you didn't have to. This is reward.
Well, you need anything, call on me.
Bye, Stump.
He kind of again waves his stump. And he's just looking at the gold piece at the moment. You're not quite sure, but you think there might be the odd tear welling in his eyes with such kindness.
Did you try to do this out of sight of the rest of us?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
He said
it wasn't stealthily, but just hanging back a little bit.
So, I mean, give us perception rolls if anybody was particularly looking in that direction. If you wasn't, then don't worry too much about it.
Clay's off.
I don't think I was. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you begin to head north with the I'll share this map. I'm not sure whether you've closed it down again. This is kind of where Tarp is. It's a not a pleasant place to be. It's completely opposite the Dredgers Guild as well, which is here. And there is a degree of not rivalry, but the Dredgers are the official guild of dredgers for the smoke, and by law, anything that falls into the slick is the property of the dredgers. It is the number one most hazardous job in the smoke, is being a dredger. And as you can imagine, there is a degree of animosity between those that are scavengers and those that are official dredgers. But the slick separates the two. Whether the dredgers do have barges. Okay, so as you're moving forward through the kind of roads, there's no cobbles really here. It is now just all mud. There's sometimes the flow of the slick. The smell is getting worse and worse. Then you kind of see someone pushing quite a large wheelbarrow coming towards you, but not directly at you. As you get a bit closer, you see that there are several bodies in the wheelbarrow, and he is shouting out, "Bring out your dead! Bring out your dead! Take them off you for free!" As he gets closer and closer to you, this barrow, the wheel, there's only a front wheel, it gets stuck in the mud and it throws him off kilter. The whole thing twists and he just doesn't have the weight with the number of bodies that are in there to maintain it at a level, and it capsizes. The bodies spill out into the mud. He starts cursing. Bugerations! He kind of rises the barrow back size. Can you give me perception rolls?
I would go over to help him load his dead back in the car.
Okay, give me advantage on your perception roll then as you move closer.
I was going to say I was going to help out as well.
Yeah, so give me advantage as well.
Did not help.
I just need to quickly move this across to see here. Without advantage, Cayxl, you are the only one. One of these bodies that have spilt out onto the ground, you think is moving still.
Oh, look, looks like you got a live one there, mate.
It kind of, thank you. What? Bugger! He begins to draw a dagger.
Hey, what are you doing?
What?
Stop.
What? It was dead when I collected him.
Well, it
Not
don't
dead
look like it
now.
now.
Oh, how do you know that?
It might be one of those zombies. We should.
But they might not be. They might be fine.
It's my property. Do you know how far I've had to push that bugger?
I'm sure he's very grateful.
Let's just check, shall we? If it's the zombie, you can slip through, alright.
You wouldn't want to be a murderer for no reason.
Well, I mean, is someone a murderer if no one sees it happen?
Yes.
We're stood right here.
Oh, God.
And yes.
Right, he puts his knife away. Well, let's get the corpses off him.
Maybe keep it out, though. Maybe keep the knife out, just in case.
Well, make your minds up. You know.
Well, you could hold it in your hand without using it. It is acceptable.
All right, am I picking these bodies up or not?
Tell him, give us a hand here. And Clay's going to step forward and start lifting the bodies.
So
Yeah,
you
that's what's
kind
happening.
of lift these bodies. Are you? This is just a GM asking just a random question. You know, for
So
no.
it's tied to nothing.
Are you taking any caution
No.
to see if any of them are infected with the berry blight, red berry
I'd
blight?
want to look at each one.
Yeah. The more thing is,
Clay is more careful about where he's putting his hands.
Pulled up over
oh
my
right,
mouth.
suddenly everybody's a little bit more careful, are they?
Why are you
No.
asking
Oh,
specifically? I didn't want to give
Oh.
you random details.
Or if you prefer, Clay can just start, wipe his hand over their face a little bit.
No, we don't prefer that.
So you start loading, and there's a total of 5 corpses and 1 not so corpse. As you kind of put them in, as you look at them, none of the corpses seem to be suffering from this red berry blight. You are kind of relieved to know. It seems that death, just natural death, and sometimes murder death, is very commonplace in the Slickside. There is an individual though that is not so dead, although was in the cart. This body collector just kind of sighs. You know, you could have told me you were alive before I carried you all this way.
It's definitely that guy's fault, mate. It's
Yeah.
But you're
Well,
right.
it's his wife. His wife said he was dead. Had to carry him, chuck him down. I'm not going to get paid now.
I've heard of relationships like that. Happened to my parents towards the end.
I'm not going to get paid now, am I? That's 1 down.
do you know what? It's real bad problem, isn't it? You know, you take your dead out and one of them happens to be alive. It's a bugger. Do you mind if I have a wee look at the lad?
Oh, well, you're not going to let me let nature take its course, are you? Kind of speed it up a little bit, admittedly, with my blade. So yeah, he's all yours.
No, I'm not. And back in it, like, is no precaution in terms of sort of any. He's not fussed or anything about any sort of the other dead around him. I'm just going to sort of lightly slap the.
Okay, the first thing that you notice as soon as you get close to him and starts, sort of slapping around the face or whatever, is he's almost sweating, kind of. I've got the name of it. The vodka.
Slam.
Yeah, slam. He's kind of sweating it heavily. He's probably incredibly hungover, and as you kind of hit him, he kind of begins to Tilda, don't hit me.
No, not Tilda, lad. Can you open your eyes, all right? Just
kind of squints, open his eyes. Who the hell are you?
I won't worry about that. Let's be honest.
I'm gonna. And he just kind of is sick. Maybe the stench of the bodies, maybe because it's all over him, or maybe because he's had so much to drink. It doesn't flow over you, but it's just like he kind of vomits everywhere.
You're quite drunk, aren't you, pal?
No, I need a drink now.
Tell me about it.
I mean, I think you just need to get out of it.
Yeah. Needs rehydrating, that's what he needs. Electrolytes.
What?
Be careful with what she offers you.
No, don't. It's all good stuff.
Wait till I find Tilda. I'll give her a piece of my mind and probably take my belt off her. A witch.
No. That doesn't sound great.
No.
We respect
the
people.
wife or not wife?
That's my wife.
Ah.
She thought you were dead.
Yeah.
Maybe. Wished he
Maybe
was.
it was intentional, yeah.
Heavy sleeper. You know, got to work hard when you can find work. Difficult to find work these days.
Especially if you're stinking drunk.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You just, yeah, you don't know anything. Just get out of my way. Kind of staggers to his feet.
Is it too late to stab this guy?
I was about to say. I mean, maybe we just leave him here. He doesn't seem too thankful for literally even dragging him out of a body of dead people.
Let
Mind
him
your own
stagger home.
business. And he begins to sort of trudge through the mud.
Oh. He's probably going to end up somewhere better than a mass grave tonight. But it might not be his wife's bed.
Hey,
Well,
don't
more
do.
like sold off. They
Yeah.
sold the bodies.
Yeah, that's right. It's not strictly, legal as such. I mean, they should go to the graves, like Missy here says, but it's a lot of hard work for no reward. Why shouldn't I get a few coin for my work?
So where do you take the dearly deceased?
Well, I don't think my patron would be overly too keen on me blabbing. You know what I mean? You already cost me some coin. It
How
costs me more.
much?
Well, I get a gold for a stack.
How big is a stack?
Who's
Oh.
buying these bodies?
This was a
Uh-huh.
stack.
And what is a stack? What are that?
Well, it's
What does that
The way
constitute?
that those piles of the bodies are piled up, what more do you need to stack?
well, this is it. I was off there now.
Oh, so if you won't tell us, we should just follow you. Is that right?
I thought you were like, hey, you ran across to help me, and now you're in my
No,
face.
we're
No,
interested.
you've cost me money by.
We should be
I've only
proactive.
got a little bit of a stack now. I needed that other body to make the stack. He's walked off.
This place is weird.
It's weird. I'm not sure I want to know where they go now.
Look, can we come to some kind of arrangement? You know, I mean,
I'll give you a silver.
what for?
With your cash, aren't you?
Who you selling the bodies to?
That don't work, does it? Because, look, okay, I don't know much, right? I don't know much because he wants to keep it secret. But for a silver, I take the stack to this disused warehouse, not too far from here, and they disappear. You know, they come and collect it at some point. Never really hung around. There's normally a coin pouch left for me, secreted, safe space. The only thing I know him as is the quack. That's all I know.
The quack.
Yeah.
The quack. Hmm.
All right, cheers.
Lot of crazy characters around here, isn't there?
Thank you.
That's okay.
Don't kill anyone.
Look, I genuinely thought he was dead. Otherwise,
That's fine.
if I didn't know he was dead, I would have made him dead at that point, wouldn't I? So
That's the killing bit. Don't do that bit.
yeah,
Let
well,
him go.
I don't overly do that. I'm the good
Don't
guy,
do it at all.
right? Okay.
This is a big scary look.
Now, I mean, it's none of my business, and I'm beginning to regret even muttering these words. But you don't belong here. What on earth are you doing down here?
I didn't keep saying that. Look, he hasn't got any shoes.
I really don't. Is it a problem that I don't
Do
have
you have
shoes?
any shoes for him?
Well, yeah, I do, and he kind of
That guy
starts
has
taking
shoes.
some shoes off the dead. Yeah, you can have these.
Ooh, I smell like piss.
I mean, is there a problem? I mean, I've seen. I'm fairly comfortable not wearing shoes. It's all right.
Yeah, as long as
Walking
you're
around
happy.
here, there's all sorts of filth on these
Yes, but
streets.
what
You want to be
makes us
careful.
look like that we don't belong here? I don't think we look particularly, bougie.
Out of place.
Well, you talk quite fancy, Cayxl. You know,
Excuse me?
you've got the accent and everything, you know.
That's the first time anyone's ever told me that I talk fancy. Normally my accent's a little bit of a disadvantage where I'm from.
Around here, it's a bit
Huh.
different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, look, I do my rounds. I travel around. I collect dead bodies. I drop them at this warehouse. Been doing it for a good number of years now. Well known in this area.
Mm.
Is it benefits? Paid leave?
Well, no, I'm supposed to take it to the mass grave. That's what I used to do until this quack got in touch.
When did you start giving them to the quack?
Recently, about 2 months now, it's been going.
Huh. Any of them have red berry?
All right, red berry. I mean, that's recent. But there have been a few bodies I've picked up. Foul things. Been careful. You know what? I use gloves when I touch those buggers.
Wow, that's
Oh,
fancy.
very safety
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah. I don't-
PPE.
but
What's
Uh,
PPE?
You know, protecting self.
Sounds smart.
but I tell you this much, yeah. It's only recently that started happening, but there must have been a good, I don't know, 4 or 5 bodies that I've left there for the quack with it.
They
Because-
look like locals.
Yeah, all of them.
Mm.
Look, he kind of rubs his hands down on his shirt, kind of offers his hand to you. My name is Gregory Liebe. Most people call me Gory. Don't know why. I
It's
think
probably because you kill people that.
I don't
whilst
kill
they're kind of-
people. That was a one-off, and I didn't actually end up killing him.
And that's the one and only time that's crossed your mind. You've not done it before.
No, I collect dead bodies, not live bodies, and then kill them. Although that, I mean, if I was enterprising, I could actually ask them to walk to the disused warehouse. That would save me. I'm joking.
Yeah. You better be.
All these threats now. This is all very fine. Let's pick on a poor, hard-working collector of the dead because he collects dead. Eh?
Look, I apologise for
Sells
these
them dubiously.
What?
people.
Look. It's an honourable job. If I don't do it, they rot on the side of the street, don't they? Because no
Glory is
bugger.
a fine job. Just
Yeah.
don't kill anyone.
I haven't.
Admirable.
Okay, that's good. You do a good job. It needs to be done.
Yeah.
Be
Right.
better if you
Good
took him
job.
to the grave, though.
Well,
Who cares?
Yeah.
They're dead.
yeah. Indeed.
Right,
I
it's
don't think
not
we
right
care
by God,
much.
is it?
And man's got to make a living.
Yep. Right. So, are we good?
Hey, Gory,
Yeah.
where'd you find the red ones?
Dotted around all along. It's kind of towards Greenstone. Not actually into Greenstone. Along the side of the Slick. I mean, between you and me, the Slick is quite a Slickside, as in right by the banks of the Slick. It's quite a good place to find bodies, But
Can you imagine?
Aren't they a bit melty?
well, the quack don't care, does he?
I don't know, does he?
I don't know. I have not really had huge amounts of discussion, but he leaves me my coin, so I'm assuming it's
Still-
okay.
Still happy.
How did you meet this quack?
That's a good question.
What's the answer?
Well, it was an in-between. It was one of those fancy folk dressed in black.
Oh, a doe.
Ah, that was
What?
it, yeah. Doe.
The lube lads.
The lube.
What?
They don't like it when you call them that.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
what is that?
What?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Lube.
Stop saying that. It's just wrong.
Why? What is it?
Well, it's a toilet lube.
It's like saying
Lube.
moist. Some words just
Mm.
shouldn't.
Moist? What's wrong with moist?
Oh, you think I'm a bad person?
Dude, you're a body
We don't-
collector.
We don't
Scared
think
of
you're
the word
bad.
moist.
Well-
Just don't kill anyone. You're not bad.
I'm not going to kill anyone.
That's good.
Yeah. I'm feeling uncomfortable now. Is it okay if I leave?
Oh,
Yeah,
we won't.
please
Yeah.
take the. Please leave.
We aren't going to stop you. We helped.
I might need a little bit of shove off. I mean, I think the wheel's a bit stuck in the mud.
Or like a running start. Okay.
Okay.
Momentum.
Yeah. After 1, 2, 3, sort of on 3 or 1, 2, and 3, and then
Push.
push. So on
Mm.
push.
Sure.
Right. 1, 2, 3, push. And
Push.
yeah, it takes a little while, but with the weight that he's got in there, but you get him on his way again. He kind of just waves without looking back at you. Doesn't seem to be in a rush to get, he's not trying to flee from you. Quite difficult to do with a cart of 5 dead people in the mud, leaving you there.
Nearly a full stack after all.
It is nearly a full. It would have been if you had let him take the other one.
The light person.
Take.
Tempting
Yeah.
in
Take.
retrospect.
Repercussions, though. What have you done?
Mm.
Who knows what that drunkard is going to do?
Bastard.
Fall into the slick, probably.
Okay,
We
so
could make that happen.
In the last few days, I've met some really strange people. Like,
Oh, you're one of them.
it's been an interesting few days. I like meeting people, though. It's nice.
Is this
didn't
sort of
expect
the is this like what most people are like around here?
People are interesting, Characters. Everyone's got a story.
But is that story? I carry dead bodies around, and if any one of them are alive, I stab him. Because that's quite
Anything happens
quite
to-
an that's quite
Anything
extreme.
happens
Isn't
out
it?
here in Squalor and Slickside, it's rough neighbourhoods. That's why I
Yeah.
normally stick to the neighbourhoods. It's better.
Come on then, let's go find this Mags. See how muddy she is.
She better live up to her name.
I'm guessing she's quite muddy.
Yeah, we'll find out soon enough.
What's wrong with a bit of mud?
okay,
Absolutely nothing.
so you move forward. It's fairly easy to move through the streets. Very soon you begin to enter the area known as the Tarp. There's canvas lean-tos, fires in oil drums, and there's eyes staring at you from all directions. People slink back into the darkness underneath their canvas coverings, grasping whatever small possessions they have. The mud is even thicker here, and the acrid smell of the slick is an overwhelming combination of grease and sulphur. You can tell that the locals all here try and protect themselves by wrapping rags across their faces. Even so, the long-term effects are only too visible. Severe skin burns and blisters, irritation to the airwaves, causing coughing and shortness of breath. As you move through, though, you see some kind of commotion happening. Let me set this up for you. It's technically set up, I just need to lay it out.
Oh.
Oh.
Stuff.
As we're walking along, Talita will kind of turn to the rest of the group and say,
You know, you guys are some of the strange people I've met in the last few days too.
Baccan, you big guy.
Yes.
Where'd you come from? I don't even really know you, you know?
Come from Smoke. Lived here most of my life. Up in the neighbourhoods normally, but not around here.
See me?
Hmm. Oh,
Alright.
you were neighbors?
Probably.
Well,
We're in
which
neighbourhood.
street we on? I live over in Ryanard's way. Ryanard's way.
Oh yeah, I know it. Oh, my mum's sister used to live there.
Oh really? Was she linked to the families or?
Yes, very well-to-do family.
Yeah.
I never really amounted to what my mum thought.
I told you had an accent.
My accent's not from the neighbourhood, mate. It's from my dad. He homeschooled me.
Oh,
That explains a lot.
to do what?
You know, bits and pieces.
Like
You
having
were
a
looking
trade
for
is
me
good.
most of the time. My mum was out, you know, making an impression.
Hmm.
So, as you progress having this conversation, the commotion, sort of everybody else has kind of scattered out of the way. Most of these properties aren't stone or wooden built, they are tent, canvas kind of walls and the like. You basically see 5 people ahead of you, 4 quite obvious slick scavs surrounding who you could only presume to be muddy mags. Covered again, they've all got bandages, face coverings. Mags is most definitely covered in mud, though. These other scavs, though, are basically going, it's not fair. You've got the best picks. You should wait for this to clear over. I think you're behind it. You must be. You're doing it so you can have the best picks. Share your things or else. And it seems to be very much a commotion.
Hey, you look muddy.
Ah,
Is your name Mags?
she kind of looks. Yes. I need a little assistance.
Stump Santas.
These people bothering you, Mags?
Yes, I think so. They just haven't got the balls to go where I go. They rather me get it, bring it here, and then steal it from me.
To me, these gentlemen should learn to work for their belongings.
They turn and look at you. None of your business. Why
I
don't
wave.
you sod off?
Not to make it our
It's very
business.
rude.
They begin to draw kind of rusty looking blades.
Don't.
Are you sure you want to do that? It's not
This-
going to go well.
This is our
This will
turn.
not go well. Please don't.
They look at Max and say, we'll come to you in a minute, and begin to move forward.
What's with you guys and Cayxl in trouble?
You are making a mistake.
I just can't stand to see people being bullied.
Give us some initiatives if you wish to engage. They currently don't seem to be particularly too worried about you. They most definitely have not a huge
problem for them.
amount to lose here. Okay, excellent stuff. So We will go to round 1. I'm just going to sort this out with the options because I hate it when it auto-centers the map. Really freaks me out. Seriously freaks me
It
out.
is a little bit weird when you try
It's
and
like
go and
everything
zoom,
moves.
it
And it's
covers
like,
everybody,
what
and then
is...
suddenly straight over to one.
Yeah. So I've managed to get the names right on these as well. So these are being a little bit... moves down there. Targets you. Mouthy.
Who's you?
Mouth.
Oh, me. Okay,
Yeah.
Mouthy.
Mouthy. Yeah, as soon as say mouthy. Cayxl seems to know.
So has he gone round the back of that building?
Yeah, it's gone around the back.
Okay, cool.
Like I said, all of these buildings are like tentage, so
Yeah.
you can just rip your way through the properties if you want. They're not up to any kind of real support. Right, just need to get hold of the old combat tracker here. So one of the important things, this is more to the audience, one of the important things about Fantasy Grounds is keeping your desktop clear.
Just a life tip.
Just a
there.
life, yeah. Well, I know that we've got some viewers that are going to be new players very, very soon to a number of our new campaigns, Curse of Strahd and Saltmarsh. So this is going to be good. It's not going to be so good for you because this slick scav number 2 has multi-attack, which means he gets to make 2 attacks. Raising his mace, he swings and rolls a natural 2. I'm gonna let you see my rolls as well. Chat can see my rolls. Show GM's rolls because I like doing open rolls. And then he'll attack you again though. And it's a natural 20. I'm glad I put that onto C.
I couldn't see that actually, so
So really heavily damaging you as he just slams it into you.
So I would like to use my new reaction.
Woo!
Yeah, and do interception.
Right. Are you close enough to do that?
The target has to be within 5 feet of me.
Yeah, it's not within 5 feet. Oh, the target.
No.
Oh yeah, that is super cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I roll a d10 plus 2. So
Oh,
you take 0 damage.
What? Well, no,
it's
I rolled
a d10 plus proficiency.
plus 2.
Yeah.
Chat, I'm being cheated here. That was a natural 20. That was. I don't seem to be able to sort of heal. I don't know how to undo. I do know how to undo things.
So like mechanically, what happened, or like unmechanic, I suppose, from a flavor standpoint.
Yeah.
So what are you doing?
Cinematically.
So, yeah, Talita will turn, seeing the attack coming, reach around Cayxl with his shield and just like put it in the way, and it just slams into the shield and shoves like shield Cayxl against him.
Wow, that is.
Bit forward. Why are we doing it first?
Yeah, Talita giving Cayxl a little hug there. That's very nice.
Yeah, that was super cool. Great thing. Do you move with it as well, or is it just a mechanic thing? That's cool.
No. Yeah.
Well played, sir. Well played. Yeah, reducing critical damage. So I am somewhat sad, but Cayxl, it is your turn. You would get an attack of opportunity if you moved back. Just so you know, Cayxl.
Come at me.
I'll come at you. Right. So this is where I get my second natural 20.
I was shouting, but I hadn't put to talk on, so I was shouting to myself.
Okay, so he's going to use his reaction to sort of see if he can hit you. And he misses you with a 15. Very nice. Okay, so you have the rest of your turn. What would you like to do?
To not target Talita. Hang on.
Yeah, don't target me.
Not again.
I'm gonna whip out my crossbow.
Yep.
Fire at him.
Go for it.
In his face.
Very nice. You hit easily. wounding him. Anything else you would like to do?
Bark some choice words at him that I won't repeat for the stream.
Okay. So we move down to Baccan.
Yes. So Baccan is going to, after seeing Slick Scavs 2 try to make that shot on Talita, managed to get it. I'm just going to take a few steps back here, just here, and basically say let's not do that. And I'm going to bonus action Hunter's Mark him.
Okay.
So I have clicked Hunter's Mark, so that will just give me a D6 onto
Should
the roll.
do. If not, we can manual it.
Cool beans. And then I'm just with the longbow, just having a pop. I'm just going to try and hit this guy. Oh, and I so with a 19 as well, I'm also going to make this guy my favoured enemy as part of
Nice.
the new range.
Crashes.
ability.
This guy's probably not in a good place.
Oh, all the
so that's
damage.
14 of damage.
Yeah.
Teach
Oh, it's
me
not good.
to do that.
He's beginning to regret his life choices of charging him by himself.
Yeah, and I'll just give him a little wave.
Okay. So Mags draws out a kind of wicked-looking serrated knife, and she is going to swing it at one of these ones. This one here that boom, 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 isn't particularly paying any attention at the moment, and hits. And does some damage. She hasn't got multi-attack. So we then move to Clay.
Cool. Clay is going to pull out his shield and he's going to step up just to give Baccan a little bit of defense. And then he's going to offer up a prayer again and is going to cast Bless.
Okay. Nice. Okay, so Bless done everything. Very nice. Okay, is that the end of your go?
That will be the end of my go.
So we move to number 3. Number 3 is going to move forward. As he does, Muddy Mags is going to target him and have an attack of opportunity. Oh, she's doing good. Super cool. Well done, Muddy Mags.
Nice.
And then he's going to move sort of there, really. He is, though, going to then target, obviously, you. And he's going to have 2 attacks. Natural 1 being shivved
The
in the
best natural.
kidneys by Muddy Mags, put him off his first attack. But that one will hit you. Oh, for a 1 on the dice. Then we move to here. He's just been knifed by Muddy Mags, so he's going to target her. And he's going to swing. Another natural 1. Another natural 1.
We don't even need to be here, really, do we? Leave Mags to it.
That's Andy. Just soak them all up for us.
Yeah.
Those natural ones.
This one here, though, and this is the great thing about them, is these slick scavs have pack tactics.
What?
Yes.
That's it.
Just to prove it, I'll just drop that in there, just in case anybody wants to have a read about it. But it gives them.
I don't think any of us need to read about pack tactics.
Gives them
We all
advantage on their
know.
attack. So his first attack is. What's your armor class? Sorry, I didn't talk.
Oh, that's a hit. Yeah,
That's
it's
a hit.
18.
Very nice. Before you even get to move, so we will do that. Oops, heavily down. You might go down.
Yep. I'd already taken some damage as well, so yeah, maybe.
But he's got advantage because of pack tactics. You are lucky. 2 misses. This is why I like open rolls, everybody in chat. And and our players. It helps tell the story. That was with advantage, and he missed twice. Very good. And now we move to Talita.
So I am going to attack this guy. And as I do, I'm saying,
You can stop anytime.
And you hit him.
and then I smite him.
And then I smite.
Yes.
Then he was
Smite is so good.
Yeah, so I don't have an effect for this yet, so I'll just have to roll everything separately.
Yeah, it's okay. Okay.
Did that roll?
Yeah, you've done 6
did roll.
damage so far. You rolled a
Yeah,
3 on
and
the
then it's-
dice, plus 3.
An additional
So
7.
7 points of damage, and that is to number 3, yeah?
Yes.
So 7 points. Oh, no, that's number 2, sorry, just a minute. And number 3, putting on to 28. Not quite down at the moment, but looking in a very rough way. Is that you done?
That is me done, yes.
Okay, so we move to a Slick Scav number 2. Oh, that's me, isn't it?
Were you waiting for him to say
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Yes, it was, Andy.
Yeah.
Slick Scav is going to slit his own throat.
He's going to move forward. And
Bring it on.
should I? He's got a taste for your blood, and he can't get multi-attack against you, but he's going to try and hit you, which he does. Can you reaction again? Are you going to reaction again?
I can, yes.
So
And I will.
I'll do the damage. So it would have been 5 points of damage. So feel free to, and we'll.
I'll just actually put a modifier in this time,
Yeah.
so it's a total of
4. So
We have to meet like this.
you protect again, making it once. It's going to have a second attack, and this time miss. Terrible. Cayxl.
Right, so I am going to cast Fairy Fire,
Nice.
a 20-foot cube that gets all 3 of the skivs above me, and unfortunately Talita too, but they
Okay.
already have advantage of you attacking from behind because of tactics.
Yeah.
So hopefully you'll pass your
Yep.
dex, but if not, it won't matter too
almost certainly not, but that's fine.
Yeah. So feel free to target them. Target all of them, and we'll see where this goes.
So just to check again, this is another spell where Cayxl is accidentally going to target.
Yeah. I don't think you can get number. Oh, right. So you're getting those rather than. I see what I'm confused. I am
So I
very
don't think you
confused.
should have Slick Scav 2 on that
Yeah.
one.
You've got.
Go in there.
Sorry, this is me. I'm just
The
trying to work out how
droid,
to move it.
I don't know how to draw the cube, but if you want, I can.
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it because of time anyway. So you've done that. Anything else you want to do?
There we go.
Yeah.
I rolled. How many of them passed?
I think you accidentally targeted Slick Scav 2 as well, but
I probably still targeted from last time.
yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
That's okay. Don't worry. So
Free to count his failure as one of the other guys as failures, though.
4 was a success, 3 was a failure, 2 was a failure, and Talita was a success. And that's fine. So, you just need to apply that effect now, I think.
Just to the ones that
I
failed.
think if you apply the effect, it'll.
Yeah. So you are not. You can't get number 2. So I think if you just apply the effect, that will be fine.
How do I do that?
It should be the little looking glass by the side of Fairy Fire. If you click on that, it opens it up. And then grant advantage if you use the effect. There we go.
You managed to add it twice, but
Yeah. Okay.
luckily it will cancel each other out because you only get one advantage.
Yeah.
No, all of the advantages.
Okay.
That means that I make them green and purple.
Are you done, Cayxl?
I'm going to shout, "Woo! Light show!" And then I'll be done.
Lovely. Baccan.
Yeah, let's do the same again. I'm going to just sort of put my bow just over Clay's shoulders here.
Doesn't take much.
No, and just have a pot still at number 2.
Yep. So you hit.
And yeah.
Doing lots of damage. Very
So
nice.
yeah, 8 points of damage, and that's me.
Okay, so we move to Muddy Mags.
This chap's still alive.
Yeah, she's going to target
He's
him.
a tanky boy.
Yeah, these have got hit points, but their armor class are quite low. They can be quite terrifying with pack tactics, though. So with the advantage that you've given to Muddy Max, she hits, and she heavily damages him.
I don't think she needed our help.
No, should we just leave her to it?
Yeah, let's just walk off.
So Clay, well,
Clay.
I mean, you kind of want to talk to her anyway, so.
Oh yeah. We'll let her finish everything off and then come back. Clay is going to pull out his warhammer now and see how healthy this guy is really feeling.
Okay. Who was you targeting?
This is number 2, the one next to me.
Okay, so that is a hit even with an 11.
Good.
Oh, jeez.
And you kill him.
I'm wearing clothes.
Was that lethal or non-lethal?
That is a good question. I think Clay is fairly likely going to the non-lethal side.
Okay.
He doesn't want to be killing people.
Okay, that's fine. He's down and out of the fight.
Am I able to move?
Yep,
up here?
you've got the rest of your action.
Give it to him.
What?
That dude called me mouthy. Defend me.
Right. Well, let us see how things go, because this one is going to have advantage as he tries to take down Talita and misses with advantage. He's going to have his second attack, which is a 2.
No, that's not advantage though.
And a 13. So he misses both his attacks. Number 1 is going to attack. Miss. And miss. God, these are terrible.
These
terrible.
dice today.
Keep going, Andy. Keep going.
Yeah, well, he's going to attack you as well. Again with pack tactics with advantage. Yes. And that has taken you down.
Oh dear.
And then he is going to take his second attack against you, Ironheart. Game with pack tactics. And miss. These are absolutely terrible. Have to make a death save, but you are successful. Cayxl.
Oh God, Talita! I'm gonna stabilize Talita.
Okay, so this is just a medicine roll. You need a 10 or more. Yeah, easily doing it. So, unfortunately, Fantasy Grounds, even if I remove the unconscious effect on you, it doesn't. So, you don't have a hit point left, but I'm going to put you on 21 just so you don't be making
Sure, yeah.
rolls. Is that your go, Cayxl? That's your action. You have bonus action and you have move still.
I'm going to move there.
Okay. I move to Baccan.
I'm just going to just try and get rid of this guy here. So I will bonus action move my hunter's mark onto number 3 here.
Yep.
And then I will try and hit him.
Yeah, advantage and blessed.
Yeah.
They are your friend.
And that's
Yes.
15 damage as an arrow flies over Clay's.
Yeah.
Ah,
Unfortunately or fortunately, it has to be lethal. So
Oh yeah. Baccan will be doing lethal at this point
Okay.
anyway.
Um,
And then I'm going to position myself here.
okay, no worries. Then we move to Muddy
you're
Mags.
hiding behind me again.
Yep.
Okay.
Get him.
How is he like half your height?
Yeah.
Muddy Mags takes down that one there. Okay.
Does she go for lethal or non-lethal?
She goes for lethal.
Oh, good.
Good woman.
And then we move to Clay. This individual is a free action now. He's dropping his items. I'm sorry. Look, okay, you proved your point. I'm out of here.
Apologise to her.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. Mistress Muddy and whatever your name is. Sorry about your lad down there, but it looks like he's going to survive. Can I just grab him, mate? And I don't want any more trouble.
Get out of here.
Yeah, we're gonna need to take him to a healer. That's gonna cost money.
He kind of roots through his pockets and just kind of drops some coins. There's not a lot because these are not rich people, but he scatters whatever he's got on the floor. Is anybody going to want to deal with him?
No, but one thing I want to do as soon as he's scattered money,
Yeah.
I'm going to just lean down,
Are you
walk here.
jumping over the body.
No. I'm just crouching down next to Talita, and I'm just going to cast Cure Wounds whilst looking directly at this scab's
Okay.
face.
Yeah.
And just say, "Jog on, mate."
Okay. Go for it. Cast that spell.
There goes my plan.
Sorry, was you going to do something else? What was you going to?
I was going to cast Cure Wounds on you.
I mean, if you want,
do it at the same time. Just Power Rangers.
You can cast it as well if you want.
No,
Or technically, I mean, you had initiative, so if you wanted to
no, it's fine.
cast it before, it's fine.
That's all right.
So he grabs the remnants of his body, his buddies, and he flees. I'm going to put into the party sheet a small amount of coin that he scattered on the floor, just so you know you've got it. You're not rich. I mean,
We're in the money.
Hundreds of gold.
So it's 3 silver pieces, 32 copper pieces, as he just literally scattered everything down.
That would be.
He wasn't trying to hide anything from you. He was just like, here goes, yeah, I'm out of here. And he flees. You bring Talita to consciousness.
Is everyone okay?
Well,
I'm
you
fine,
seem to be having a bit of a lie down and rest, mate. You all right, big guy?
Yeah, I feel better for it.
What you
You
did
don't
for me.
look it.
Really appreciated it.
We watch each other's back. That's what traveling together means.
You're so sweet.
Don't push it.
Muddy Mags wipes her knife on the fallen one in front of her, kind of hides it amongst her rags, moves forward. So, I guess I owe you. And that is where we will leave it to episode 2. Thank you very much, everybody.
Hey!
I'm just going to do a goodbye to everybody, so don't disappear. Just bits of thanks and stuff again, if I can find my notes. Excellent. Thank you very much, everybody in chat. Thanks for sticking with us and viewing. Hope you all enjoyed it. I had a blast. I mean, learning about some of those, that reaction that you had, Talita, was amazing. Really, really good. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you can, give us a follow or even a sub. It really helps us to continue the stream and improve it. You're probably aware of this, but we'll be back with Masked episode 2, Tuesday, 26th of Jan at 7. But don't forget, we'll be doing setting primers all week for our Untold Chronicles live stream campaigns at 10:30. That includes tonight. So in 20 minutes, we'll be back again with that. Yeah, woo indeed. And I kind of made it. Tonight's setting is the smoke. So you'll get to learn a little bit more about the smoke. And it's so diverse. You've only seen a very small smidgen of it tonight. Lots more to explore. We also, this coming Sunday night, have our Vampire the Masquerade live stream, which is Nottingham by Night 1970s, and that is starting at 7 o'clock as well. That's a super blast. It's slightly different feel to Dungeons and Dragons, but if you are interested in Vampire the Masquerade, come and see it.
From never playing Vampire and from watching the last episode, the first episode there, it was really quite cool, kind of getting an understanding as to what was going on.
Yeah,
so really
it's not all emo goth misery.
No, I'm not bothered.
Not at all. Not that.
No, the game can be played in so many different ways, and setting it in Nottingham in the 1970s gives it a very different vibe.
There was the moment with the stories about the geese.
Goose
was
fair.
fantastic.
Absolutely. Anyway, thank you very much, players. Really enjoyed it. You are super awesome.
Thank you, Andy.
That's okay.
Thank you, Andy.
See you all later. So I'll see you soon. Stay safe until we next meet. Take care. Hopefully I'll see you in about 15 minutes.